Hello.
Hello.
That says live. 1:59. Why does it always say like 2 minutes, even though it wasn't 2 minutes ago? Hello, everybody. Whoever's here. Don't know who's here.
If anybody's here.
If anybody's here. It's not going live. It's going live on YouTube now. Right, we'll wait a little bit. Let's see people jump in. And we'll start chatting away.
I'll put it on in the background as well so I can read the chat.
How blurry is that?
Reef has done video.
Camera's well blurry for some reason.
Hey.
I need to get this camera focused in because there's no light. I've got no light in the living room.
Can you put your lamp on?
I can, but it's right behind me. There. I could put it. Do you know what? I try to discover.
That's what
Right.
it looks like.
Still blurry as crap, innit? It's because I put that fadey thing on. Right, let me turn my camera off and turn it back on so it focuses. If anyone's in there, in the chat, 1 minute because I can't see you. Boom, better.
Rusty's here.
Right. That's better. Hey, sir. Hello. Rusty, hello. Reefing with O is actually there. So, hello. Oh. Okay. It's there, but it's muted.
Hello.
There he is. Look. Right.
That was a quick shower.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, good.
That's his finest British accent, that is.
Oh, yeah. Is that Asa Heron? Jeez.
I've not seen him in a long time, yeah.
No, since I saw him at Reefapalooza, New York, like 3 years ago.
No. Over.
How are you doing, Winnie?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
I'm good. Just take a shot. You good?
You had your shower?
Yeah.
Good man.
I think I'm gonna call Cole. Have a Cole check out.
You've Cole.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I want to talk about, Seymour, today.
I mean, I don't know, but we could talk about our favorite.
No,
stuff.
me and Woody, we want to talk about something first. We want to talk about the amount of electrical supplies that reefers use.
How many outlets?
Outlets and all that.
Really? Seriously?
Genuinely, because me and Woody was going through it before, not realising that Woody, even though he's got a tiny little tank, is using 12 power supplies. And we know you, because we went on yours before, and you're using over 20. So
wait, it's on 2 tanks, but let me see how much is on my main tank.
Yeah,
I'm
so
using
most of it is on your main tank. How many you got 3 plug bars on your main tank?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So let me list the devices. So I have a carbon.
They got 8 outlets on each one.
Yeah, so let me just list my devices and geez. Carbon doser, skimmer, ATO, MP40s, and I have 3 MP40s on 1 outlet, but I really need to separate them because I did it because I was running out of outlets. So I have 3 MP40s on 1 outlet. I got my chiller and the pump on 1 outlet, but I had it on it. I had them combined because I was running out of outlets. So, and then I have a Clarisy, have an alarm, Pax Bellum, UV sterilizer, a BRS doser, the calcium reactor feed pump, and a calc stir. And then on the other pump, I have a Nero 5, I have the Versa Port 4-pack, Vector Return, the high. Oh, okay, let me stop. Okay.
So a couple then.
Yeah, just a few. But
Why do I have?
Why do I have so? You know what though? the power draw, I think at max usage, it's only 5 amps though. I thought it was going to be more.
Everything's more or less DC, isn't it? So it's probably all turned down. It's not all at maximum.
Yeah, okay. And then my kids' tank, I have, let me see what my kids have Inkbird, which has the heater and fan on it. So that's basically 2 devices in one. I have the ATO, flow pump, return, skimmer, and I'm also running a dose, which the dose plugs into the side of the, so you don't actually need a separate outlet for that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7 devices on my kids' tank. Oh, and the light. So yeah, okay.
It says, tell me the secret of SPS coloration. Amino acids.
I wouldn't know. I'd kill everything.
Yeah, just stability and amino acids.
I know Asa was running a crazy. He was doing a crazy setup the last time we spoke to him, where he was having like an actuator with his. It was like a really crazy setup. Like Asa, how's that doing?
When I say amino acids, stuff like acro power, and then there's loads of different ones out there. In there, you've got the KZ do a good one. What's that one that you use? Oh, the Brightwell one. Coral amino,
Yeah,
isn't it?
coral amino.
Yeah, they're all good. I found acro power to be the best. You can put it on a doser. You don't have to be refrigerated.
Clean water.
Yeah. Good.
I'm not saying that it's super clean, but a lot of people assume it's got to be super clean. It doesn't need to be super clean.
I think it's always a combination of things, and it's not just one, silver bullet that does it. It's a combination of things. But yeah,
I think I've heard somebody say like keeping a reef tank is about managing water.
Yeah, it is. You look after the water, not anything else. You're a water keeper, aren't you? Not a coral or fish keeper. You're a water keeper.
That's true. If your waters are perfect, nothing should be dead, should it?
What is the channel in the middle I want to subscribe? It's Woody's Reef.
Other 2 I'm on subscribe. He's just retired, so we restart his projects. So remember Asa, he had a massive tank, didn't he? And like a massive sump with growing all this stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sump was in the other room, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really needed that. Here, Woody, look. I've got this here. Wanting to get up. There you go. Say hello.
Stitch.
There you go.
Stitch.
Say hello. Is that? Is that? Famous YouTube famous now. There you go. Happy. Yeah. No, go to bed. No, it's coming back. Showing me my legs.
What you said, Asa said, I don't know. For some reason, I can't bring up the chat. But what did you say, Asa? Let me try it on my phone.
The chat. He's saying he's retired. He's going to he said he's going to restart his projects.
Oh.
So I think he's going to restart again. And Woody, Maze Reef said, is it spelled like that? Yeah, if you type Woody's Reef in.
I think it is just like that. And do you know what? I honestly can't remember. It should be like that. You should be able to find me like that. Not that you'd find any content on there. I'm not really one.
Yeah, look at this. Let's look at this. Hang on. There it is. What?
Oh, hey, Asa. Hey, what up, OG?
Paul, I have a strawberry shortcake, acro growing. I'll give you a frag. You are around the corner from me. May Reef, who are you? Who are you? Are you around the corner from me? I don't know. I don't know names, me, so I'm crap at it. Like, I know Woody's called Dean, but I call him Woody. I forget he's called Dean. Oral's called Seymour.
everyone calls
Seymour
me.
Oral. I'm crap at names. What?
No, Ailey's here. Gal
Oh my
here.
God. See this? Look at this. He just wants to get up. Look. Leave me alone.
Because he just woke up. Wants some attention.
Right, put you on mini for 5 minutes and then you can pee off. There you go. Wants to be a YouTube star.
Get his own channel.
Yeah. Everyone, this is Stitch, by the way.
Oh, why'd you call him that?
Why?
You've only got to look at his face.
Yeah.
It was
Lilo.
Gal said, "What's new?"
What's new? Something that's not old. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. My corals are growing really, 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 really well because I'm an amazing reefer. So.
No, a modest reefer. You're a modest reefer. Don't ever blow your own trumpet, dear.
Yeah, never.
I'm from A-Town. I'm from O-Town. So I'm from Ashton, not from Oldham. You don't know me, but I don't know you. Ailey wants me dog.
What's A-Town?
Ashton.
What he's from?
Oldham.
The important thing is, are you a man?
He must know Mark then, eh?
Is he a United fan because they lost today?
It's not a football channel. This is
a reefing channel, so.
Oh my God, Seymour, you've got to stop with this football stuff on reefing channels.
Oh, but Lewis Hamilton won with it.
Yeah, we could talk about F1. Reefing and F1. No football.
So it's a Reef one. It's a Reef one channel. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Reef channel.
Me and Reef, have you seen me in the LFSs? I bet I know him. I bet I've seen him in sports or something. Or don't know if he's a boy or a girl, didn't he? Just assuming there. You know what? Right, you have to get that one. Do me any. Come on.
Let me ask you a question, Woody. So you've seen the last couple of BRS videos with the Apex.
Yeah.
The one today with the return pump. I
haven't watched that one yet.
Okay, so let's go back to the skimmer one. Is there anything you learned from that? Since Paul has an Apex, so he's not an outsider in these conversations now. Is there anything you saw from that video that you thought like, that's interesting, I might do that? Or that's interesting, I might think about that?
To be honest, no. I ain't as it goes. It's not something that I really mess with. So yeah, no, I've not. They do their videos and they say, more horsepower is not normally the best way to think of it. Obviously DC's better, run it lower and things like that. But I just run it how I run it. I must admit, I do run my skimmer a lot lower than I probably should, and I get a lot more out of it. You don't need to crank them right up.
Okay.
I prefer less power, more air.
Okay.
What we're talking about?
No, skimmers.
My skimmer is absolutely brilliant. I've got the Rossmont AC skimmer.
Can you? Is it too late to show us that? Or
yeah, I can't be asked.
You know what, Paul? I've never actually seen it running. You've sent me pictures of it skimming, but I've never actually seen it like running in action.
What I'll do, I'll try and get some videos tomorrow. During the day.
Paul, I don't think my Instagram is Woody's Reef, is it? I think it's just Woody X5. Is it Woody's Reef or Woody X5?
It's X6 because you got X6. It's X6 or X7 or X8. X5.
Let's go on Instagram and find Woody's.
It's X5. I'm pretty sure it's X5.
Woody X5.
Is that your phone calling?
Woody X5. No, that was your thing. Because it's your anniversary. It was an anniversary photo on your Instagram.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Happy anniversary, Woody.
Thank you, mate.
Right, so if anyone wants to know what the name of the chat is for, because Woody has ripped his bicep today, so he's got no bicep, and we found it funny, so we'll put pictures in.
No sympathy with these friends.
No.
None whatsoever.
As soon as he told us, that's it, the gifts started coming and the memes started coming.
I weren't in the hospital long, though, was I? See?
No.
That's the Royal London Hospital for you. They're good at what they do.
So if people want to know what Woody's tank's like, Woody has a, what do you have, Woody? 2x2?
Yeah, 2x2 shallow cube, custom shallow cube.
Right, so that's the lights that Woody's running. It's a Radeon Gen 5 with Reef Bright extension.
To be honest, there's probably not that many pictures on there of the tank, is there? I don't really.
Not really.
I'm not one for putting pictures up.
That's it. 2x2 cube. Don't look all that there, but it's really nice.
That's a while ago as well, I think, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Haley, congratulations on your daughter getting engaged. Yeah. Right, let's get some Reef chat going. Where's Seymour then? He always pisses off, doesn't he?
Has he jumped off, is it? No, he's there.
Right, 1 minute. Sorry. What?
What was that?
Dog's farted right underneath me.
Oh, I thought you sneezed.
Right, I've just been given a load of Reef for a new setup. It's all covered in red seaweed. What chemicals can I use to kill it?
No
Seaweed. It's for. I don't think it will be seaweed. But algae, red algae.
Probably cyan.
Do you know what? It might just be green algae because it's out of the water. It looks red, doesn't it? It looks dark. So it's just full of algae in it.
You can bleach
Depends
it.
how you want to do it, though, doesn't it? But see, some people would bleach it. Some people just let it dry out, won't they? And then let it soak in salt water. Though I wouldn't bother soaking it in fresh water. I just soak it straight in salt water. You know what I mean?
To be fair, I probably wouldn't even use it. I wouldn't use rock that someone give you. It can hide so much inside it. End up getting a lot of problems with it.
right with it. Here's one for you. Right, gents. Who would you say are the top 2 aquarium builders in the UK?
The Vince, number 1, Aquarium Connections, and probably what's the other? Is it Ocean Display or something? The other one's called. I think they're pretty good.
Ocean Display? I never heard of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ocean Display.
You know where they're based out of?
No, I think Ocean Display. I think are up Paul's Way. I don't think it's far. Oh, you can't forget about Nick Chan, ACS.
Oh, he builds
my tank is an aquarium camp. What is it? Aquarium Connections tank.
Yeah.
And aquarium. Oh bloody hell! What's Nick's called? Sorry, Nick. Aquarium Cabinet Solutions cabinet.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
ACS cabinet and Aquarium Connections tank. That's what you've got.
Yeah. I think that's the best of both worlds, right?
And don't listen to Gal in the chat if he says anything about an acrylic tank. Don't listen to him.
Why has he got an acrylic one?
Yeah, he loves acrylic tanks.
No, I most probably say that, but I forget everything, me. So.
Yeah, me and Gal was texting each other one night a few months ago. Well, a while ago now. And he was telling me about how much he loves acrylic. And I was telling him about how much I hate acrylic.
What does he love about acrylic?
I think he was just saying about how clear it is, how light it is.
That you can fire a bullet into it and it don't break.
Yeah, look, I love acrylic. I knew you'd say it.
It just scratches too easy.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it. And you get that, like the joints seem to, like craze up. They get like that spider web effect and all that. If it's not done right, and after a while, yeah, they start looking really ugly.
Yeah, I think they're lighter, which is cool, but I just think it scratches too easy. I had my acrylic tank was just a little nano.
Oh yeah, you had the circular
Seymour,
one.
why did you? Seymour.
Yep.
Right, I've just muted his other camera.
Why do you have two going?
Hang on. There you go.
There you go. No,
Yeah,
got it.
I muted it. There you go.
Haley, my joint tape like fuck. She got to be made of acrylic then.
There you go. Your full screen, Seymour.
Oh, I feel special.
Is that my jawbreaker?
I think
Is
it's
that mine or
someone's.
is that mine or what is?
I don't know. It's someone's jawbreaker. But that's a nice gem tank, though, don't you think?
Nah, it's a purple tank with white spot.
Oh, you think my tank is a
right.
Oh, sorry. You think this is an AA tank? Oh.
Go on, sorry. Go on, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you think my tank is an 8? Oh, sorry.
Look, someone's written Aaron's aquarium regrets his acrylic build. He does. Michael does.
He does?
Yeah, he does. They're only nice for the first couple of weeks until you got to clean the panels, and then if you don't use a really soft sponge or something, get your hand in the tank.
But once coralline algae, once you don't clean them every day, like coralline algae get on them, then it's, the fact that you got to scrape it to get it off is what causes issues.
Yeah, the best thing I found was them magic eraser sponges, and it actually buffs out any airline scratches and all that. That's what I ended up having to using. But the only thing is you have to put your hand in the tank every time you want to clean the glass. Well, acrylic, I should say.
Yeah.
Hello, OG.
It's my nice little frog spawn. I know everything looks shades of blue. I can't find my glasses.
Yeah, Paul. Look at the lighting question.
1 minute, I'm catching up here. The light. Yeah. What light schedule do you all use? And what made you go with the schedule you did? I'm just with a AB Plus.
Yeah, we've all started, I think, with the AB Plus, didn't we? But I've just modified.
I was using that on the old Radiant, so I didn't see the point in changing it. So I stuck with the AB Plus, and it's a proven one, isn't it? Like I think BRS have done 12 months running it, 12 months on different schedules. Ecotech have done it growing SPS out on AB Plus. Don't what's it called? What's the big shop, Woody? Florida.
Oh, Worldwide Corals.
Worldwide Corals. They use AB Plus. So I think it's just like really a standard setting in it.
I think anyone who uses Radions, I think you probably find 80-90% of them all run the AB Plus, but probably 50% of them would modify it. Like mine's modified, heavily modified. It's not really the AB Plus schedule.
It's AB Plus with no green, red, and cyan turned down.
Yeah, well, all my blues are up. Cyan's down to, I can't remember, 30% or something.
Yeah,
reds.
Cyan does not give it a good colour, does it?
Nah, it's a weird colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
red and green's
like a greeny bluey colour. It's really not nice. No, I don't like it.
I just use straight AB Plus, no modification. That's why I have the Gen 5 blue. I literally just mess with
Even that seemed too white to me. It was way too white. I found anyway.
Really? It's
Yeah,
fine.
so I think my whites are only on about 5%, 10%. I think really low.
Yeah, I decided I wasn't going to mess with it. I did think it was a little too white, but I just decided like, hey, I'm not going to be messing with lights a lot this time. So I just do the intensity and that's it.
Yeah, I think my
It looks okay.
My
I
intensity
like
was
it.
80%.
80?
80%, yeah. But you've got to remember, I've got no whites running, but no whites really at all. So it's all blue, violet, a little bit of
Especially
cyan.
with the Reef Brights gives it that big punch of blue, doesn't it?
Well, yeah,
Wait,
without
you're
the Reef
running
Brights, without the Reef Brights
80%.
in my schedule, it was about 230 to 260 par. Then once I added the Reef Brights, it bumped it up to about 360 to 380 in certain areas.
What percentage have you got your sorry? What percentage have you got your radians on?
80.
Your mine now are down to 50, would it?
Yeah, but you run a lot more white than I do, didn't you?
Yeah. Plus, I've got 3 on a 3-foot tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to check my intensity because 80%. Jeez.
Yeah, and even before the Reef Brights, that still only give me 200 and, like I said, 230 to 260 par, depending on whereabouts in the tank. At the bottom of the tank, it was sort of 120 to 140.
Yeah, I'm checking my Mobius settings now to see what percentage, but all 10 of my Mobius devices need upgrades.
Yeah, I see.
Updates.
Galgal's come to the dark side. Look, don't tell me he's getting a new tank, shallow, and it's in glass. So he says he's gone for the tanks that I go for, shallow and glass. The tanks are always shallow.
Yeah, Mere Reef. The reason they run the green and things like that, they've got people coming in looking at the coral, so they need to show the colours off more than we do. We do it for a nice colour and for it to grow. They've got to run a certain percentage, and they've got to run it different when people are in the store. They'll run their whites when people are not in, most probably.
Yeah, they run them in the morning.
They run the blues when people are in.
They run them when they get there in the morning, from like 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 when they open the doors or something, with the whites on, and then it all goes blue.
That's what I mean. People don't realise that. They say shops do this and shops do that. Shops have got to do completely different than we do.
Well, and also shops aren't growing coral in their store. They're just getting the
when
coral.
they're churning that coral like they do, you want it to look the best.
Yeah. So shops aren't so even worldwide corals that keep the thing on heavy blue, it actually starts a lot earlier and the tank is heavy white to get, and then they put it like only at Tinix for the rest of the day when customers start coming in. But it's shops aren't, their spectrum isn't tuned to like grow corals. Because I don't think there's a lot of shops that's growing coral in their frag tanks. It might sit there and it might grow, but yeah, if a coral sits there a long time where it grows into a colony, then I don't think the store wants that because they want to move it, they want to sell it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's in their best interest.
Yeah, I'm at 50% intensity. I just feel like that's really low compared to. Okay.
That's I'm running team 50%. Saying that, well, you're running 50% with everything up. I'm running 50% with modified. But I've got the Reef Brights up to cover that. So.
Oh, don't mess about with anything. Just check your par tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not messing with anything, mate. I think I'm running the anemone tank. I think I'm running the lights too long because I get a lot of algae on the glass. That's the only place in the tank I get algae growth.
Oh my god.
Who's that? That's me?
I think so. That's one thing I don't suffer with is algae on the glass and all that. I literally clean my glass every fortnight.
Yeah, so the big tank, it's fine, but then the anemone tank, I get a lot of. I just think it's maybe because I have, I have a Hydra 32, which is equivalent of 2 AI primes on that tank, but I only have it at like 20%.
Can you hear me on here? Yeah.
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 Good, good.
O's got two channels going or something, isn't he?
No,
I
that was
quit.
me. I have so I can walk around this. Instead of just sat in that one spot.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I've put my phone onto it so I can walk around.
Oh. Yeah. So I cleaned the glass. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna jump back on it. I cleaned the glass yesterday when I was showing you guys the anemone tank, and it's dirty again. It just gets a lot of algae. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's because the light is too powerful for that tank.
Just raise it up a touch.
Yeah, it's close to the TV, so I would hate to get a lot of light spillage, but I might do that. I saw there was a Facebook group where someone created like these diffusers for like AI lights.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first gen looked really. It's not something I would want on a light that's in my living room, but I think the subsequent ones look a little bit better. Yeah. Haley, not clean the glass on my Rogue tank for over 6 months. It's spotless. No way.
Yeah, I can't hear it if you can hear me.
I can hear you, Paulie.
Haley didn't clean her glass for 6 months.
Not clean the glass on my. Wow.
Rookie Reefer, me neither, I guess. Just about, man, Rookie Reefer, what's up? Was just about to say difficult to find frag tanks over here that aren't custom. What about those water box tanks? Aren't they available in
shallow range?
Yeah, the 2 point. Yeah. Also, we have.
He's Australia, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, they do them over there. They water box is big over there, isn't it?
Also, I think I saw something where Cade is doing, but we have so many options if you're doing frag tanks here. Apart from custom, there's Deep Blue. There's so many. There's the Low Boys, the one that Fisher Hex used to use. But there are so many like options when it comes to frag tanks here. Like the 12 to 15-inch high tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glass and
acrylic.
acrylic.
Frag tanks is the Innovative Marine, the Lagoon 25 or whatever it is. That's
really?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant, like your tank, the little one you've got in the kids' room.
Yeah, you would consider that frag tank? Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be a brilliant frag tank.
Okay, all right.
Don't get me wrong, it makes a beautiful display tank as well, but it's perfect for a frag tank. You can pick one of them up second hand for cheap. Everything's there, ready to go, isn't it? Ideal.
Really, use Vibrant for months and months for bubble algae. And shit, I've not touched the glass since.
Yeah, it's carbon dosing, isn't it?
Vibrant kills all algae. Even like if you never refugium, it kills that.
Yeah.
My Cheeto died. Yep, it kill everything. It don't discriminate.
What about coralline algae?
You know what? I don't think it does because I think coralline algae is you know what? I don't know. I haven't heard it.
Vegetation algae, didn't it? Just a green algae.
Yeah, it's a calcareous algae, so I don't think it messes with that.
I've never killed off Chato. If you want life lessons in killing Chato, I see more.
If you what?
What? No, she said she killed the Chato by dosing it.
You know what, Paul?
What?
Next time you kill all your fish, you're not getting any sympathy from me.
like a getting anyway.
I see how this is gonna go. I got you.
It's not going to be a Seymour bashing session, I promise.
All right, Paul.
Anyway, Woody, how's your arm?
It's fine, thanks, mate.
Good. See, that's sympathy for you. See more.
Oh, that's sympathy? Oh.
The only sympathy you're going to get off us.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
That's why I laughed. I thought there was going to be a bit of bashing coming after it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go.
Do some press ups,
Woody.
Seymour.
Woody, how are you going to install your trident? Because I think you need 2 arms.
He's got a wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's a good answer. Because I know.
Oh, look, even
All right.
Dale, though, look. He's only pulling your arm, Woody.
Honestly, Woody showed us a picture. He showed us a picture of his arm, and it looks. He's got no bicep left. It's just like sunken in.
Oh, I thought that was the before picture. Oh,
Well, I've got it. It's just moved up to the top of my arm. It's ripped away from the like the joint, with the elbow joint, and it's gone up. So
all your muscles is gone, right, Paul? Woody?
Yeah, his muscles have gone into his neck, so his neck's massive. Nick Chan's here.
Woo!
Nicholas.
Is that his name, Nicholas?
There
It
you
is
go.
tonight.
Who was asking? What's it called? May Reef. There you go. Ask Mr. Chan for a tank. He's the tank builder.
Yeah, but he said he wanted the 2 best tank builders, didn't he?
I've gotten right into mushrooms on all things lately. You guys got any nice ones? Oh yeah, I got some jawbreakers. You interested, Rookie Reaper?
Who did that?
Rookie
Woody.
Reaper.
Woody,
Yes, mate.
just get that MP40 wet side and smash it up.
I'm gonna.
On camera.
I might even smash this the Starco up as well.
Hey Woody, make sure you throw it on the roof when you finish, all right?
Oh, Seymour, it's done. I had it done yesterday. Whoop, whoop.
Oh.
So what Seymour's taking the mick about, I had a leak in my roof, but it's all fixed now. Roof has come yesterday and fixed
Okay. Okay. I wasn't doing that. I was just telling Woody how to properly dispose of acrylic products that have been smashed. But you could say what you want. I wasn't saying anything about your roof. I was just telling him how to get rid of the evidence. But hey, if you want to think it's on you, go ahead.
Yeah, Nick builds tanks with holes in the bottom.
Ooh.
I think the ladies in the chat are all getting pissed up.
Well, it's Saturday night, isn't it?
Well, we know Haley always has a glass in her hand, so we're all right with that, aren't we, Haley? How's the fans on here tonight? Any good? Trust me, we'll get Bandit.
Good on here.
We do talk reefing sometimes. Well, let's talk reefing. We all got a fish tank.
All right. So since we all have like the Radeon Gen 5, so what is your honest opinion on like the Radeon Gen 5 versus the Gen 4?
Right.
And
seriously?
how do you think it compares? How do you think? Yeah, no, we're being serious. How do you think it compares to like the other lights that you know?
I liked. Do you know if I had another option? Most probably, I might have gone. Do you know because I've got the running them Reef price at the minute. I most probably would have gone Pro.
Nah, never. Don't get it. I love the G5s, but it's just something about the G4, the color of the G4, and all that. I don't know. I like the G5. I'm not liking Mobius at the minute. After we tested Mobius for what 18 months, and it was a pain. And even now the Gold Master versions come out, the public versions come out. It's still not great. I think Mobius lets it down more than anything.
They're up there, aren't they? So hopefully it'll get better. Have you looked at
the max spec? We would never look at the max spec.
I would not have gone with the pros though. The pros, I just think my spectrum is always going to be closer or bluer to AB plus. So I think with the pro, a lot of I know you can take the pro and run the blue spectrum, or you could take the blue spectrum and run the pro spectrum. But when you go so far, if you like your tank bluer and you go for a pro, you're going to be turning down a lot of the, like the lights that you don't want. So you're going to be using only 50% of its capacity. I'd rather use, I would rather use most of the capacity that I have. So right now with the blue, I mean, I'm using all the LEDs. I'm just running them at low power. I think with the Pro, you'd be using more LEDs, less LEDs, but running them at more power. So
I wonder if that's Markev there.
You reckon?
Gay. That'll be Markev in the chat.
Yeah, not talking to Markev. Not talking to Markev.
That'll be Markev.
He's ghosted me, so not talking to him right now.
That's a man with a seriously good SPS tank.
No, it's not. It's crap. It's an Orphic tank.
He's not running the Orphics, I don't think.
No, he's got radios.
He's running Radians on there, yeah.
No. Nope. Why are you sticking up for Markev, Paul?
Because I won't have a tank full of corals without Markev. I won't have brackets for the XHOs without Markev.
I know that's
when
true.
I run out of salt, I ask Markev's a proper bestie. He sends shit, doesn't he, Woody?
Yeah.
Hey, but so now that you already have it, you can disown him now.
No,
because you don't know when
his
tank's going to crash again. He's going to need him back.
Oh yeah, when he kills all his fish, he's going to need somebody to borrow tubs from. I got you.
No one on this planet has killed more fish than you, Seymour. Anyway, Mark's at SPS3. He's running Radians. He's running Radians and Orphic.
Yeah, he said there.
Max Spec.
So what?
SX. What are they? Have we seen them? Are they the new lights or something?
Yeah, ain't that's the thingy ones, isn't it? The it's not them little Wi-Fi ones, is it? What everyone's sort of going on about. They're quite cheap. Is it the jump versions or whatever they're calling them now?
I don't know. I just don't like it. Max Spec, tell you the truth.
But no one wants Max Spec anyway.
I've had loads of stuff on Max Spec. None of it's been good.
No.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I would.
Only player with you.
And none of it's been great. I'm not going to say it's not been good. None of the stuff been great.
That's just saying it's not been good another way. Seymour, put the thesaurus down.
Way.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a thesaurus there, just changing the words.
I was never impressed with the Razor Light.
I had the Razor. I did have the Razor.
I've never owned a Razor, but my friend had one, and I must admit I like the look of his tank with it, and he grew corals really well with it. But I just didn't like the way you set them up. Yeah, you had to set up every.
Listen, any one of our.
Go. Max Spec gyro.
All these lights grow SPS.
Do they still do gyros, or they just pat straight into your bank?
All these lights grow SPS, though. All these lights grow corals. I don't think that's a thing. It's just,
the Razor done him good for years.
Do you know what? I'm not saying that they didn't grow
corals.
No, all these tank was full of SPS, but I just didn't like the way that the brackets were on the tank, and that I just didn't like it. Or it might be the thing that I kept dropping it in the water. That might have helped.
Yeah, that probably don't help. You could, I swear, you could hang them, couldn't you?
You could hang them, yeah, but I'm not allowed to hang them.
You absolutely can. Yeah. Woody, the Kessel is the first light I ever used, right? And I think when you go from a Kessel where everything is blended, I think the next light I have after a Kessel was the Max Spec. And I think the light separation and the disco ball effect was just a lot for me. And maybe if I had it the other way around, I might have been happy. But with especially the Razors at that time, the LEDs are so spaced out over a wide area, so you definitely saw separation. So, like maybe just coming from the Kessel and just loving the Kessel shimmer, that's it just made anything that had the disco ball effect at all just hurtful to my eyes.
Mark said the Razor's like an Evergrow.
Yeah, he's right. It is really, isn't it?
Yeah. I will say though that the one thing gyres, I think I've had every generation gyre except the newest one, and I like the flow. I
Nothing.
like the flow. I
They
like it.
clog
I
up
just
within
don't like
weeks.
the
You've got to
maintenance.
take them apart.
Yeah.
The rubber grommets split. They're just a massive pain.
Here we
You
go,
know the-
Nick. What about the Solartronic?
No,
No, not for me, Pete.
that's just one stupid gimmick light. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it is.
Wait, hold on. Let's back up to the gyre a little bit, Woody. So I like the flow pattern, but I agree with you about the gumming up. I'll tell you what though. The Max Spec gyre, funny enough, the ice cap, it's not knockoff, but the cheaper gyre is actually better than the gyre in my opinion because it's plastic. It's much easier to clean, much easier to take apart, and because they've color coded it like blue, green, or whatever, it's easier to put back together. One of the issues I've had with the gyre is just so many little parts, and so the fact that you have to clean it often, it's so hard to lose the parts because they're so little. The grommets, the Max Spec.
This is what I don't get. They cost you like £300-400 for the Max Spec one. Yet they sell it out and they sell for £100 I don't get it.
Yeah, the
I
ice
don't get
cap
it.
one is
Who's
plastic.
going to be stupid enough to pay the premium price for the other one when you can get the same thing for a third of the price?
Yeah.
People buy it. The plastic one, when there's a problem with the rotors, you just replace the entire rotor assembly, no fiddling about, and that's it. So easy. So I like the flow pattern of it because there's some instances like if you have, let's say you have SPS and they've grown to the top of the water. There's certain instances where you like need a gyre because it's just going to push, water over the top. But,
Over the top. Yeah, do that for a couple of weeks until it clogs up.
but the fact,
it's just
the fact that you got to put it so high, it gets a lot of light, and then it just get gummed up. It's terrible. Once a month, you got to clean
Mark said
it.
it's got Evergrows and a frag system, and it's got some colours that he didn't get with T5s.
Hey, what was your response?
Prove it. Send me a frag.
AP 700 and XHOs, yeah. Oh yeah, I
Hey,
remember.
Mark.
Racers AP 700s.
Oh, Mark still hasn't answered my question, right? Oh.
What do you want from Mark?
Nothing. Oh yeah, just a bracket, the same bracket that Paul has.
I think he's I think he's redesigning it and making it more sleeker.
Oh yeah.
Because the one I've got is like more blocky. Looks like a block at the side. He's actually, I sent Woody a picture that might like a redesign thing that Mike's been sent to me.
Nick said he's designing a bladeless wave maker at the moment. I think that's called an hose pipe.
Oh, RFG maybe?
Or an RFG.
See what?
Mark says his oral talking. Oh, he got the filter on. Oh, you know what?
He's got that
I'm
filter
leaving. I'm leaving. All right, fellas. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, he's really gone.
It's all right. He'll be back.
Yeah, he does this all the time. The thing where it grows that you can't lower the intensity without altering the entire program. Is that right?
Yeah, that's them sort of lights. You got to do them like set point by set point, like every hour or 15 minutes or whatever it is. You have to set them. They're really weird. I think you can get them wireless. Someone in Poland or something makes these wireless chips for them, and it makes it a lot easier to set them up on the computer or on your phone.
All right.
It's all right, Mark. Don't worry, he'll be back.
Marky Broco.
No need to head off crying.
Woody never heard of the missus say the word hosepipe ever. Right, Mark, the picture you've sent me, it's still black, so you'll have to unless you sent me a picture of your tank with the lights off. No, it's still loading, Mark. You have to wait. One arm bandit. What is Reef? He's taking his piss out.
Oh, I'm having my tea.
You having your tea? You had your shower?
It's my tea. Shy. I'm gonna call cold. Get some cold drink. Earl Grey tea. It's okay, Mark.
No,
My
Nick, she
feelings
calls
are
it a
hurt.
super soaker.
The guy makes chips to stop jumping channels.
Oh, Woody's never heard his missus say the word hosepipe ever.
No,
Obviously.
it's super soaker.
Yeah, obviously he never met Woody's missus.
He makes them chips to stop jumping channels.
No pint pulling for Woody.
Yeah.
I don't drink, luckily.
Nah, he don't drink pints. He drinks shandy.
Oh, yeah.
and amaretto sours.
I drink baby sham.
Tetley tea. Oh, I haven't had a Tetley tea since Jamaica. When Jamaicans are talking and they're higher class, it's like if some British person from the 60s were talking with like a thumb stuck up their ass, like, hey, I'm drinking some Tetley tea.
You want, was it Paul English breakfast, in it?
Oh, Mark's built. Yeah, he's built one, Woody. You know, the newer design.
Oh, he has. He's done it.
He sent you mine. He sent you the one
I'm
he sent me.
I'm able to print longer. What, Mark, that's what I wanted to ask you. What 3D printer you got? You got the Ender 3?
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, because the print bed is only 220, I think, or something like that. That's the maximum it can print. It's a 220 if it's an Ender 3.
Yeah, I think what it is, he's spinning his lights around anyway, isn't he? So he only needs the small ones anyway. You don't need the long ones.
No. I need
he's got them long ways at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, I need the long ones.
Yeah, but if you're going to put reef brights on it, then you can turn them back the other way.
No,
yeah. See that? He's got the Ender 3 Pro.
All right, Mark, let me know.
So the print bed's only 220.
What you need to do is show Mark which way you like. Send Mark the picture on the chat.
No, it's long way.
On this
It's
chat, on our chat.
a long way. But what I might do is
PG tips. Sorry, Ode.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a difference where the bracket is. You can make a bracket facing the other way.
No.
If anyone don't know, Mark makes brackets for lights. He does now.
Mark,
so you can hang lights
something that you print half and half and do like a slide lock-in thing. If you know what I mean, sort of like
what size lights are you getting on?
It's XR30.
Yeah, which ones?
XR30.
Oh my god!
I almost ordered the Ender 3 Pro V2 yesterday.
I'm talking about the Reef Bright Seymour. What size are you getting?
The
30 inch, right? 36 inch.
36 inch you'd have to get.
Right,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, no matter which way your lights are tilted, you still be able to put a bracket on it.
Yeah, look, great minds think alike.
Oh,
same thing.
No, it won't work. Sorry.
No, but what we're saying, like, he could print them half and half, so they just slot together, like lock together.
That's true.
You can have the longer one, but just have to do it in 2 halves.
Yeah, but if he's going to get what I'm saying, if he's going to get the 36 inch.
Well, yeah, he won't really need his lights ran that way. If he's going to put reef brights on it, he can put them back the normal way and have the reef brights doing the rest.
Ailey just sent me a picture of her tank. You got 5 radians over that, Ailey. Is that radian? 5 radians? She's got 5 radians over her tank. Or are they? Or she's got 230s and 115. Ailey, what have you got there? Is that 230s and 115, or is that 515s?
Where are you seeing that?
She sent me a picture on
Oh,
a messenger. I'll send it you, Woody.
all right.
Reef Banter. Look in Reef Banter.
All right.
So Seymour, I'll send it you and I think it's 230s and a 15.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, 230.
230s and 115, yeah. Looking at that, when you first look at it, it just looks like 515s, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's you know what? That's exactly what I was gonna do. Because remember, I got a 15 to put in the middle, but I was gonna turn the end lights back to front.
But with
But
a
then,
spread, what's your tank size? Is it 20? Is it 22 inches or something? Front to
yeah,
back.
but it's the aquascape.
Yeah, Nick. To be fair, yeah, I am as it goes. I am ready.
He just can't move anything at the minute because he's got
Oh,
one
yeah.
arm.
I'm a one-armed bandit at the minute. But yeah, no, I'll give you a ring. We'll sort it out.
What
What
happened?
you got to pay in the super chat to him. Oh, nearly.
Okay, that's a nice setup though.
What does Ailey want? I've got a spare XR15 Gen 4 Pro.
Do?
Oh, she got a spare.
Oh, has she got a spare? Yeah.
Yeah, have you got a spare or do you want a spare really?
I've got a spare, a lot of lights as it goes.
Yeah, Woody. How about that loopy LED?
Yeah, I've got a loopy LED. You want a loopy LED?
Oh no,
That'd be nice over the kids' tank, that would.
it
Oh
would.
no, she's got a spare.
Ah, right.
Because it's on my rogue tank, closing it down tomorrow. So she'll have a spare light. Coming up to Christmas, bad time to start selling stuff soon, innit?
Yeah.
I know.
You got like a month left daily to sell stuff, which is good to sell. In fact, you know what? You've got 5 over your tank. If it's the same one, I'll just keep it in your cupboard. Everyone's like, "What do you mean keep it in your cupboard?"
Yeah, you got to have spares.
I'll give you a free EL wire upgrade for the frame. What's EL wire upgrade?
Not a clue. Send him a link. You'd have to jump on jump on here and explain himself.
Nick, are you at work or can you jump on?
What's an EL wire upgrade?
I don't know.
If he's talking about what fills the grooves in the aluminium stand, so you ain't got the lines. What is it, Alien? Gen 4 Pro. Because I've just sold one with a brand new bracket and I've got 300 for it. I've seen them going for sort of.
You get 230. I reckon the minimum you got to.
No.
Look on Ultimate Reef. There's one on there now for 260, I think.
Yeah, they've been going on Facebook. In fact, yeah, let me go on Facebook.
Yeah,
That's what
300. I just sold mine for 300, 320, I think.
Dollars.
Yeah, but it does.
That's like £2,000.
Yeah, but you guys, the light was 400, 420 when it came out, right?
In fact, let me go on Facebook. It's easy enough. Just go on Facebook, don't you? Have a look. Radeon Gen 4 220.
Yeah. Mark Ebb can't spell. He said he can't stand Mobius.
Yeah,
you know what? When you have a device, when you gotta log on and change things all the time, it can be annoying. But my lights, I think since I have my lights, I've adjusted them 3 times. I'll tell you what, when the Goldmaster first came out, I think the Bluetooth has something to do with it because Mobius worked better for me when I wasn't using the iOS beta. Because when I first had the G5s,
it worked better for me. The beta worked better for me.
Really? So you were probably having issues before. Yeah, my Bluetooth. Now
I'm not on the beta. I've lost my MP10 off of there. The 2 Neuro 3s.
Here we go. Look. So right away, Woody, Seymour.
Yes.
Gen 4 with the Mobius chip in it. Upgraded to Mobius 220.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, here we go. Look, Mark, he only paid 250 for a second-hand G5.
Oh, yeah.
G5 second-hand? Tell Mark to send me that link.
That's gone. He's bought it.
Oh, he genuinely did get it and all because he sent me the thing where it was and he went and picked it up the same day.
Jeez.
So what's this one? 250 G4. There's one there for 250. That's got the box and everything. Do you know, looks all the extra bits and bats. Oh, that's with amount, would it? 250.
What, he paid 250 for the
No,
G5?
Facebook. That's what I'm saying on Facebook. So the first two posts, if you type running G5 in Marketplace, would it? First one, 220 without a bracket, 250 with a bracket.
What about Ultimate Reef?
I don't know. Well, that's what I'm saying. If she asks for about 230, she'll get it, most probably.
Is there any WhatsApp chats for reefers that I can join in?
WhatsApp?
Yeah, we ain't got a WhatsApp group, have we? No, we have got a WhatsApp group. What are we talking about?
I don't know, WhatsApp. You're giving your phone numbers out there, aren't you?
That's the only thing in it, yeah.
Yeah.
To do the messenger one.
So, hang on. I don't even know. Right, I sent Nick the link. I bet it's at work.
Yeah, he said he can jump on soon.
I'll keep it as a spare. Do you know what? Sometimes for the price, you might as well keep it as a spare, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are you going to get for it? The thing is, in 12 months' time, it'll still be worth 230.
But the good thing is, I've got mine in New York, so they don't stand me in full price anyway.
What? Oh yeah.
Don't know how I got them.
I don't know how either, man.
Where's me invite to the WhatsApp group? You knobsacks. That's early. We ain't got a WhatsApp group. We should get one.
Well, we have got one, but it's just me, you, and O, innit? It's just our little chat thing. It's not really a group. It's just our chat. I suppose we could do a messenger one if they want to do a messenger one. Then people don't have to give their numbers.
Do a messenger one. You know what? I'll set a messenger one up. All right. But how do I do it?
Well, you just have to get the people that are on here.
Yeah, just call it One Arm Bandits. One Arm Reef Bandits. So it's for people that need a helping hand.
Or call it the narcoleptic giant.
No, people who need a hand up or a hand down or something.
Who's that? What's that girl called? I don't know if she's on. I don't think
Hannah, wasn't it?
Three Stooges. Hannah Jane.
The Three Stooges. Get Woody to sort it. Bum Bandits. We've already got that one. That name's already taken. We've got Bum Bandits. It's my left arm, luckily.
The One Arm Bandits.
Right, I'll do it now. Gal. See, Gal, I think, is that the one that you got off Facebook? I think he got a brand new L1, would he? Boxed, unopened, for 250.
Who's this? Start again.
Gal.
He got a
L1,
right,
brand new, boxed, unopened for 250 quid. Shit to him.
That is good, isn't it? Especially an L1.
L1. Have you hooked up your S1 yet, Woody?
No, still in the cupboard.
With his MP10.
With my MP10, me auto water change, and whatever else I've got in there. Yeah, I can definitely still do that, Gal. But that's what I thought you have a wife for, ain't that? Ain't that what they're meant to do? That's part of the vows, isn't it? It's in the vows.
Oh my God. This is definitely not Reef chat.
Oh. Staying out of that one. Oh, let me test my alkalinity.
Yeah, I'll call that one stranger if I use the left hand.
I checked my alkalinity today. It was 7.4.
Oh, let me check my alkalinity.
It's 7.4. I'm dosing 11. Yeah, 11 mil of Triton, so that's up to mil. And I dosed another 25 mil of Alpha Reef today. Ayla, did you buy the Alpha Reef?
25 mil of all for you.
Be right back.
25. That's a lot, though. Ooh.
Yeah, 25 mil. That Seymour this week alone, I've dosed 75 mils of that, and I'm dosing 11 mil of Triton.
Mark, you should have. I tested my alkalinity yesterday. Try and have a guess what it was. You're doing other methods in your pool of your Triton.
Yeah, I put up with.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is. Do you know are you looking at the chat on the StreamYard?
No, I looked on there now. What's on there?
StreamYard, you're not. Oh yeah, well, StreamYard. The chat on StreamYard's a little bit behind. Nearly the other way around. 4.3. He said 6.7. Would it? Four? What was it? 4. 3.
4 point. It was 3.9 Thursday, and yesterday was 4.2.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
So what's the lowest on here? What's the lowest people have had their alkalinity at? I think mine was like 4.1.
Yeah, you almost 4.1 a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. When I came back off holiday, my doser had stopped dosing. Like my doser had buggered up. It must have been like air in it, so every time he tried to dose it, it was just sucking back down.
Well, mine was clogged, wasn't it? My tube was clogged, so it could have been like that for a couple of weeks. So I've slowly been bringing it back up. I've done about a 40% water change today, so that's probably brought it up.
Yeah. So, Mark, what's the lowest you've ever run your? Well, you found your KH at, not run it at.
4.5.
4.5. Was there any like effects, or was it all perfect? I've noticed though, Woody, everyone that's had really low, like Mark's not mentioned it yet if he had any problems. Everyone that has found it low, no one's ever had a problem.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why, you look at your tank, you see it doing well and it's booming. So I don't mess about my tank a lot anyway. So it was just, I only done the alkalinity test because you was pestering me, weren't you? You were telling me,
Yeah.
come on, do it, get up and do it. So I just done it. And
Lucky.
Yeah.
Shit colours. So that's what he says. When it drops low, the colours drop a little bit. But yours are looking fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't get. My colours are crazy at the minute.
See, mine dropped the other day.
That red planet's insane.
Yeah, I was testing when I set this tank back up. I was testing it every other day, at least once a week, and then the other week, I just stopped for like the last 2 weeks. I've just stopped doing it, and I tested it the other day, and what was it? 7.
Yeah,
so it dropped to 7. So it dropped 1, and that's why I've been dosing up over the last few days.
Yeah, it is a conversation. What's on the Xmas list?
Nothing, just nothing I want. That's weird, isn't it?
I must admit.
Me and Woody the other day, right? We was going right. We'll get something. We'll buy something. Woody, what could we think of?
Not a thing.
Absolutely nothing. I'm going to send Woody a Christmas present. I'm going to send you, Woody, the Apex float thingamajig.
Ah, thank you, my love.
Not a problem.
That's when I'll set up my auto water change in.
All I want, Woody, is a smashed up MP40 wet side.
Well, I've got a brand new one at the minute, but I can smash it up.
Can you just smash it up and put it back in its box? It looks new.
Yeah, of course I can.
Good. Yeah, there's nothing I want. There's nothing I want whatsoever. Do you know what I might want? A 3D printer. But do you know what? I won't even know how to use it, so there's no point. I don't even want one of them. I'll just get Mike to make me stuff because he's top at making stuff.
Yeah, but it does it for you, doesn't it? You just get the G file and then click print. Done. It does it all for you. The hardest thing you got to do is set up the bed. Level the bed. That is it. Hardest thing.
Anna is after a tank for a living room.
After a tank for a living room.
A log burner. My missus wants a log burner. Do you know the table log burners? The table ones. Like they go outside. Well, you wouldn't. Not like she's got enough garden furniture. Right?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind, but there's only 2 of you that live there. You've got 36 chairs in your garden.
Yeah, most probably.
well,
She wants a nice one.
Get the Ender 3 Pro. Cheap as anything. Great little printer.
Hang on, Nick's here.
Nick's backstage.
Hey, Nick.
Am I here?
You are here, yeah.
Can you hear
Bed
me?
leveling
Oh,
can be a
cool.
nightmare. Do you know what? I really don't. Do you know what? I don't want a 3D printer. Mark, I'll pay you to make me stuff. It's easier.
Just buy him the filament.
Yeah. He, like I say, he made the brackets for me. Happy as a chappy with him.
Oh, happy as a chappy.
Like I say, he made him himself. I couldn't do all that crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I play Pac-Man for 5 minutes, I get bored.
I love my log burner, but it gets a bit warm. It's like saying I love
Almost
sticking things
sticks
in the
in the
oven,
garden.
but it gets hot.
But what the best thing, Mark, is like since the lockdown, I've built a bar in my garden. She's bought like loads of more chairs. No one's been able to go in because no one's allowed in your garden. You know what I mean?
And you've even got a projector, haven't you?
Yeah, I bought a projector and a pull-down screen for the garden. Yeah. Your missus was talking about that before, wasn't she? The Halloween one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what, buddy? You don't need to buy one. You just need a projector, and you can get like the videos, you know, from YouTube, ghost videos and that.
Yeah.
And just project them on a white sheet on your.
Yeah, but no, this is it's a clear screen, so it looks.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like they're running about in your living room and all that. It looks brilliant.
Right, Ailey, I've got a tip for you. Because you can't turn it down. What you do, you move further away from it. You know what I mean? It's like a turn off button, turn down button.
Oh, it's not in the garden. It's in the living room.
Have a rave in the garden. Whoop, whoop. Oh, Mark, the CCTV, my missus is just getting someone to come install it. Try not to. Anyway, hello, Nick.
How are we doing?
I'm all right.
You good? Oh, I'm tired. Knackered. What you done to your arm, Woody?
I was trying to be a hero.
No,
Right.
that's not the truth. Right, what were we doing? We were doing a competition. You know that press up competition. I was doing that. When it got to half, I fucked up.
No, my niece and nephew was meant to be staying tonight, and my nephew was jumping about, and he went to jump off our footstool, and he sort of messed up and was going head first. So I dived to catch him, and he all his weight went on my left arm and sort of hyperextended it from the elbow and just ripped the tendons, tore me bicep.
Wow.
So yeah, that was fun. So I've got to wait for a phone call Monday to see if it's got to be operated on.
No, it doesn't sound good. So your left arm is out of action now.
Yeah, for a while.
So it won't feel like a mystery anymore then.
And he didn't get one bit of sympathy off me and Seymour.
No, I definitely didn't get no sympathy.
No, he got a sympathy off him. It's just, you know.
Oh, we did at first. We said, "Oh, you're all right." You went, "Yeah," and then we took the piss out of you.
I didn't take the piss out of him. I wished him a speedy recovery. And
Then you took the piss out of him.
I wasn't, no.
Chop it off. Go, chop it off.
I want to know what this FT5 printer is. That Acer's got.
Another 3D printer, isn't it? I think that's a bigger version, that is.
Fogler Tech or something. It's like a big boy, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones. Big boy, big bed. Right, let's talk about Woody's new tank that thing is building him, Nick.
Woody's new tank.
I'm waiting. As soon as I get the CAD drawings, and I know what my
What
money's
CAD
buying,
drawings?
then I'm gonna send him some money.
What CAD drawings? CAD drawings are extra.
He's
What
just
we
gonna
doing? We're
sketch
doing
it
a
up.
drop-off for
He's
you.
gonna
Aren't we
sketch
doing
it up on a
drop-off?
piece of paper and send it to me, ain't you?
We're still having a drop-off.
Nah, I'm just gonna go for the that 30-inch peninsula we was talking about.
That you're not going to do a drop-off on it now.
Nah, That's what I keep changing my mind. I keep saying, no, I'm just going to stick with what I got. And then I go, no,
That's
I'm
not
going to
like
do
you, Woody, to change your mind.
No, yeah, exactly. The thing is, I'm so happy with my tank. That's what's holding me back. I think, why do I want to spoil it when it's just going so well? It looks good.
All right, Mark, how's it going? See you
Mark,
later, Mark.
See you later, mate.
See you later, Mark. I might just build 2 then, and then I'll say which one do you want, and then you'll buy them both because you won't be able to decide.
Oh yeah, that's there. Yeah, that could be.
And then one will go in the cupboard.
Put one in his cupboard.
To be honest, it probably just will be the. What was it? I said the 30 by 20 by 15 with the gloss white panels.
Right.
White
Okay.
corners. But yeah, it'd probably just be that.
Aluminium stand.
Yeah, aluminium stand.
Aluminium stand. Yeah, I'm going to do some
having a sump
DIY
or
for you.
using the one you've got?
What's that, mate?
Sump.
Oh yeah, I've got that Synergy Reef sump, so I'll use that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so just the tank and the frame, innit?
Yeah.
Will that fit under the cabinet? How big's the sump?
22 inches long, 17 wide, I think it is, 15 tall, something like that. Can't remember. It's up in my loft. I ain't looked at it for ages, but it's something like that. I know it'd definitely go in there.
Yeah, you should be okay with that.
What overflow are you having?
Ocean Life.
What would you do? Use the one that you've already got in yours now, or just get me?
I could use the one I've got now, or I've got another one. I've got another one as well in the cupboard. So
Yeah, let's just use them. We'll just drill it ready for you then.
yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just use those.
Bloody hell, Nick, you're not very talkative today. Usually really chatty.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm tired. No, I'm just thinking because I'm going to get some EL wire in. So EL wire, it's electric wire. So it's like LEDs, but not individual diodes. It's like one lit wire. So I'll pull that in the channel for you.
Okay, yeah.
I think that looks pretty sweet. So I'm going to get some of that in to play with.
That's
What
sort of like
built
a
into
fibre
the
optic
cabinet? What built into the cabinet?
At the end, it lights up everywhere.
Yeah, it'll go into the channel. Into
Yeah.
the channel, the aluminium. You can thread it into the channel and then illuminate it. It'll just bling it up a bit for you, which I think will look nice.
All about the bling.
Yeah,
Well,
that's another plug, would it?
Eric's asked me to do a Focustronic display cabinet.
Right.
So I've been looking into EL wire and different ways to sort of bling stuff out a bit. So yeah, it's not that expensive. So I thought I'd order a few sets in. So I'll use that on yours. It's only a smallish frame, isn't it? So I think that'll look nice on that. Yeah, it looks sweet. So yeah, we can sort that out.
What did we say? 30 mil box.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been warned about you. I was getting messages about you, warning me that you're sucking me into this, that, and the other. I said no. We've agreed a price. That's it. That? No, I can't tell you.
I upsell to people, but they get better systems afterwards.
Yeah.
No, we'll make it nice. We'll make it sweet. I'm just trying to think about what else we can do. Put on it for you. What about a nice little pull-out tray for your water testing?
Nah, got Trident. Don't need that. Trident and Anna's. That's all I need.
Woody.
Yes,
Anika's asking why you don't go to bed and rest your one arm. Why are you streaming? She's asking why are you streaming? Why are you on a show with Paul? You know.
Woody, I would never say that.
I know you won't, my love. It's just trying to wind me up.
No, she wants to know how you're gonna eat dinner with like one arm.
Really, you'll see more?
Because you know how you're gonna eat your pot roast that you usually have on Sunday.
He's gonna have beef and Yorkshire pudding smoothies.
Yeah.
Oh, baby food.
Oh, he's gonna eat baby food. You're gonna.
I'm going.
Chocolate.
Yeah, you're only gonna have chocolate, yeah.
Yeah, you only need one hand for chocolates. You have chocolates and crisps.
Why are you boys hating on the Solartronic anyway? What's all that?
Oh man, that's just the worst looking light on the planet. That's just
Wait.
the biggest gimmick.
What's a Solartronic? I've never heard of this before.
You
Hold on.
have. Oh, you've seen it. You've definitely seen it.
While I Google it, wait, let me see.
Do you remember the
Solar.
lights that Mike? Do you remember the lights that Michael had? The massive ones that would move backwards and forwards.
Which Michael?
Michael Aaron.
I don't know who that is. Oh, that guy. Oh, sorry. Yep.
Remember the lights he had? It's them redesigned.
Oh, you mean you mean those lights, those interesting lights?
Yeah, well, the new one, they've tried to make it look like a Radeon, but 12 foot bigger, and the both pucks move.
It looks the same. Solartronic. Hold on. All I saw is a Reef.com video earlier this year. Oh, so why is it called a Solartronic? I thought like it would run off of solar energy.
Because it's meant to be like the sun. I think they're trying to get.
Yeah, it's just play on words, isn't it?
It follows the sun.
So,
it's been developed in conjunction with Reef though, with Tulio. So it's got two XHO strips in it, and is help with the diode configuration for the main light as well.
It's just a stupid looking light. Sorry, mate.
Can a guy with one hand hang it? Can somebody with one hand hang it though?
I'll be back to normal in a couple of months after a bit of physio. That's what they said.
And listen, until then, you know me, I like to milk the heck out of a joke. So there's gonna be, I'm before I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna Google one-arm jokes. And
it's unlike you to be repetitive. Isn't it, Paul?
I know, yeah.
Would you say wood is dangerous or mostly harmless?
Woody. Can a man with one arm buy clothing from a second-hand store?
Yeah, look, Ailey's rich self-help physio. Right? Yep, I'll try that.
You Brits should know this one. What do you call a scoundrel with one arm?
Woody.
Go on.
Hand solo.
What's up, Paul?
No, he said, "What do you call a scoundrel with one arm?" I said, "Woody."
How do you beat a one-armed person in arm wrestling? You cut his arm off. No, that one wasn't good. All right. I gotta filter these out. Some of these are good. Some of these are terrible. I saw a newspaper article. One-armed man applauds the kindness of strangers. What? How does he do?
How'd you make a one-armed man fall out of a tree? Wave.
Why did the one-armed man cross the road?
Go on.
To get to the second-hand stop.
Hey, it's okay. You're all right. I don't mind you taking the piss.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna stop. My wife is getting pissed.
Woody, what's the definition of pain?
Ask him, Woody, what the time is.
A one-armed man hanging off a cliff with an itchy bum.
So Woody, when you said about the why did the one-armed man cross the road? I thought you were going to say because his finger was stuck in the chicken's ass.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna repeat that one tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Oh, that was obvious.
So Woody, so you know what? Let's integrate Woody's one arm into reefing.
No.
Is there any tasks you cannot do? Any maintenance tasks or anything you need help with now that
No,
you have
that's what
one
I'm
arm?
saying. That's why I was lucky I got my water change done earlier.
Oh,
What about your skimmer cup?
Oh, that's all right. It's a one-arm job. It's only a small skimmer.
what about feeding?
That's a one-arm job.
What about cleaning the glass?
Yep, one-arm job.
Hmm. Have you cleaned your return pumps this year?
Yeah, I think as it goes, yeah. But it was in January or February, so it is due it. But I'll just swap it out for the S1 I've got in the cupboard. I'd have to clean it. I can still use my arm anyway. I just can't straighten it.
You
properly.
already did. Oh.
I did it. Send it to me. I said.
Why is it? Oh, come on. All right. So you're good then. So nothing changed then.
Yeah, look, Ailey's ripped Popeye arm. That's the first thing my wife said to me.
What did I say as soon as I spoke to you?
Yeah,
Eat some
Popeye.
spinach.
He's Popeye the Sailor Man. So, hold on. Let me ask, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this Solartronic. I honestly never heard about it. What's different? Well, other than the look, but is there anything else that's different about this?
No, it's just as bad as the first one.
It hooks up to the Mastertronic. So so you know in your system what do you do if your nutrient levels are high? Normally, what you should do anyway for your coral.
What? You telling me that light can do a water change for you?
No, if your nutrient levels are high, then you increase your light intensity so they grow. And if your nutrient level drops, you decrease your light intensity to rest the coral, right?
I'm
so
still
what
scared.
The Solartronic does is when the Mastertronic detects a higher level of nutrient level, it automatically increases its intensity according to what the number of nutrient level it is.
Now, Nick, that sounds. I don't know how that sounds, but I wouldn't even trust.
If you
I
ask
wouldn't
your
even
average
trust the
reefer,
Apex.
they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I
that's
don't
what it
even
is.
trust
Chat
my
now.
Apex. I don't even trust my Apex, which is a controller company, to auto dose my tank. And this is nothing against Focustronic personally. It's just a company that's been making lights and things for just a couple years. You're telling me you're asking me to trust them to basically give ultimate. I wouldn't even do that to an Apex that's been a company for like 20 years or whatever. Are you asking me to give
but Apex
dosing,
though, are they?
lighting? Yeah, but how do I know if the Focustronic or whatever is any good? It hasn't been on the market that long to be tested.
Yeah, but that's an old reefing fallacy, though. That's like always the thing. It's like LEDs. When I was first promoting LEDs years ago, and everyone was using Horizon T5s, they were going, "How do we know that LED is going to grow coral?" And it's
but it took 10 years. Yeah, but it took 10 years for LEDs to get anywhere where they were comparable in spread and everything.
No.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
It took a long time.
I'd said this to Paul about a month ago. There's better LEDs out, which have been out, than the ones that you're using now, but you'd never heard of them before. It doesn't mean they weren't available. It's just you guys never heard of them or used them.
Which LEDs would those be?
One you might have heard of, I guess, would be the Euroquatic A1 piece.
Never heard of that.
Exactly. The G5 is only now just getting anywhere near comparable to that light, and that light now is defunct. So that's what I mean. You can buy it. I think now, if you look, you can probably buy it. I think probably about $199. I think that's what it's sold for. Some old existing stock.
And this is called the Euroquatics.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where the Radian got the puck idea from? For the LEDs, the pucks. It was from a brand called Eco Lamps, which I think in America was sold as the ACAN. So the ACAN unit was the first LED that did the puck configuration, and that's where Ecotech got the idea for doing the pucks for the Radian. So it wasn't the first light that developed the puck. And the good thing about the ACAN or the Eco Lamps was that it not only had the pucks, but it also had a string of lights either side of the light as well. So it was like Wood is doing now with the Radians, and then having the XHOs either side. That light had that all in one light, and that was around for years. And that was a really good light as well. So there's been capable lighting around for a long time.
I'm watching an old video from Euroquatics now.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that.
But if you look at the bring up the spectrum chart and have a look at the bandwidth compared to your Ecotech G5 Pros, and it still is better. So you guys had a light that was almost homemade called the Sirius that probably nobody's heard of. And that light configuration was one of the first with multi-channel diodes.
What's that? Sirius?
It was a company called Sirius.
Yeah, you're talking about...
They might as well start the group if they're putting their numbers up.
But Sirius was just like very small production number, but the light was really good. Mike Paletta ran them.
The Sirius.
Mm-hmm. They were featured in Reef Builders.
I think it's WhatsApp one, would it?
Yeah, so we might have to.
I'll send our numbers to Haley.
Yeah, so let's say send our numbers on Messenger or something to Alien. Get to start a WhatsApp group or something.
All right, hang on a second, fellas. I'll be right. Just gotta take a call. Wow.
See you tomorrow. You done the same last night. So what's new in the world of Nick then?
No, a lot, mate, to be honest. I'm working on my store. So I pretty much cleared out all the warehouse. I'm doing the studio next week upstairs. I got a crap load of orders coming. So on with them. So I'll get your stuff done as well in between.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
But yeah, just steady away, mate. Just being busy. Steady away. So
is that guy's tank done yet? No, the one up onto you. Has he got his tank done? That guy I put onto you. Has he got his tank done?
What was his name? David.
Yeah.
No, he cancelled his order. He lost his job.
Oh, bloody hell.
He said he lost his job, so he cancelled his order. He put down deposit. But I spent loads of time with him, so he said, well, look, refund my deposit, but keep a couple £100 for all your time and everything you spent with me. So that was fair enough. Like,
yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He was struggling because he had a load of big tanks in there, And I chatted to him and that, and he decided to get rid of his tanks, and then he couldn't sell them. But he had some nice fish.
He had a Aquarium Connections tank, but it was really narrow. It was like, I think it was a 5-foot tank or so, or 6-foot tank, but it was only like 14 inches front to back. It was a
That's
really
why I didn't
narrow
understand
tank.
why. That's why I didn't understand why he went for all these tanks.
Yeah.
Because they like
He's quite new in the hobby.
yeah, they like quite a wide tank. But he had a tricolor Scopas, and he had a hybrid Achilles,
Yeah.
which aren't cheap fish.
The thing is, he come round to pick a little 25 lagoon off me,
Right.
and I might end up talking to him for about 2 hours, just chatting away for about 2 hours. Lovely guy. He was.
No, he's nice guy. Yeah, he was all up for it. And then we got it booked in. Luckily for him, I didn't order the glass. I was about to order the glass and everything. So luckily, I didn't order that. So I was happy to refund his money, and he said, "We'll just keep a couple £100 for your time and everything," because I realised I spent a lot of time. And I was like, "Oh, fair enough. It's not a problem." And so I don't know if he's got another job yet or what, but yeah, I guess that's COVID for you.
Yeah. Yes. It's been brutal.
Yeah. But no, there's quite a lot going on at the moment. There's quite a lot of new products in development. There's from like stuff I've heard about. There's a couple of new shops opening. So yeah, it seems pretty good. But I don't know how coral supply is going to be affected by shipping though, because the shipping's Qantas aren't shipping flying from Australia.
Stop showing off, Gal.
So I think Australian coral supply is going to be expensive. So people are going to start bitching and moaning about price of coral, I think, because of the shipping. And then depending on what happens with Brexit, I think that's going to bring it in from Europe. Stuff from Europe's going to struggle as well.
Thing is, if it does things like that, it's going to be tough on the shops. But all that's going to happen is the reef community is going to end up coming together a bit more, and everyone's going to just buy frags and corals from each other.
They will, but what that'll also mean though is we'll probably lose some shops.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, which
brutal, but
which we'll probably lose some shops. Which
or brick and mortar, yeah, they might, but they can always go online. You know, because they're going to have a lot of stock. They're still going to have all their accounts. They could go online. They don't have to have a brick and mortar shop.
No, I mean this is the thing, Woody, because I mean, personally, I think there's a lot, not all of them, but there's a lot of shops that are lazy, and they seem to moan about competition. They seem to moan about loads of stuff that could affect them, but they don't do anything. They just want to complain as if, you know, somebody should come and eradicate all the shed sellers and garage sellers. Well, that's never going to happen. So do something to bring people through your doors. Don't just moan because they're not coming through your doors. Well, do something then. And it was like that with the internet when the internet first started.
They should do. Yes, I'm saying they should do shows and invite the shed sellers and just charge them.
I literally just had a conversation with somebody else who was talking to me about doing a reefing show for hobbyists. But I agree with you to some extent, but from the shop's point of view, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but if you say to a shop, look, we're having a reefing event, why don't you attend? They'll turn around and say, well, we might have to shut our shop to attend that event, to have enough hands on deck to set everything up. You're going to carry, because more than likely it'd have to be on a weekend. So they'll say, can you guarantee that we'll get the same money attending that show as we would do if we just stayed in the shop?
Well, no, but that's the sort of the chance you take, innit? You've got to move with the times. You know, there is some shops out there that they've only got a couple. Like look at H2O, John and Rachel. There's only them two in the shop, and I think they have a girl works in there on a Wednesday and a Thursday, I think. But other than that, they would have to close their shop.
Exactly.
But you've got to take the plunge sometimes, didn't you?
Well, that's why I said to you at the beginning, rightly or wrongly, that would be their argument. you know. And the other thing, mate, nobody, even hobbyists in the UK especially, the Brits are notoriously, you know, known for not liking change. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Talking about that
they don't
mentality.
want to try stuff different. They want everything to remain the same. But when the game changes, because of that stuck in the mud mentality, unfortunately, that will send some shops under because they're just not willing to accept that they have to do something. They'll go down complaining that nothing was done about it, and that's why they've gone under. Rather than say, well, nothing will be done about it. So if I don't want to go under, I need to do something about it.
Well, exactly. Yeah, you just
It'll
got
be somebody else's fault that the doors are closed. Yeah. I remember a long time ago speaking to someone else about this the other day. Back in the day, there was a shop in Hull called Blue Zoo. And it was when I very first started ACS, and I was in Hull. And I thought, you know what, I'll go and have a look at this shop, see what it's like. Maybe it might be a customer for me that can supply cabinets to. And I went into the shop, and it was a smaller shop. And I walked around the shop, and it was nothing special. But all I'd heard on like Ultimate Reef and the forums and stuff was Blue Zoo, Blue Zoo, Blue Zoo. What an amazing place it was. And I went, and I'll be honest, it wasn't nothing of a shop. And they had this one display tank that was horrible in the shop. And this guy who was like, he didn't work there. He was like, you know, some shops have like a shop mascot, which is like some hobbyist that just sits in the shop all day. And like becomes an adopted hobbyist of the shop, makes the brews and chats to all the customers and stuff, and tells everyone what an amazing shop it is. And this guy took upon himself to come and talk to me, and I'm looking at this tank, and he goes, "Oh, it's beautiful tank, that, innit? The guys make them themselves. You can't get any better than that, second to none, and all that." And looking at it, and the silicon was smeared. It was just a badly made tank. And then he turned around and he said, yeah, they even silicon the outside of the glass to doubly make sure that it doesn't leak. And I was like,
but that was attractive.
Yeah, and I was like, and it looked a mess. And then after only a few months of me going to the shop, they announced on, I think it was Ultimate Reef, that they were closing. And everyone was saying, "Oh God, I love the shop. I'm so really sorry to see it go. What great guys they were. They always looked after me when I went in and give me great deals and stuff. You couldn't get a better shop. Nicer people. Really sorry to see you go." And then they put on this post, yeah, unfortunately we've had to close the doors, blah, 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 blah. We thank everyone for the trade and the custom in the past, and we'll miss you all. But we're going to do a closing down sale, everything reduced. And then straight away, all these loyal customers were like vultures. Oh, how much are you selling stuff off for? Oh, what's available? And it was so funny. There was another shop owner called Roy who owned a shop in Wakefield called Interfish, and that was another prominent shop in the town. He's passed away now, Roy, bless him, years ago. But Roy was a very old school shopkeeper and a really nice guy. Ran a lot of local clubs and stuff like that. A genuinely nice guy, and you know, an old geezer, been doing the hobby for years and years and years. You know, really knew the hobby inside out. And he came onto that post and he said, "Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? All of you guys are so sorry to see this shop go, and what wonderful guys they were, and what wonderful deals they did for you, and you absolutely loved them. You're so sorry to see them go, but not one of you would have turned around when they offered you these amazing deals, and you would have said, no, don't do me this deal because you need this money to stay in business. You took the deals." And you took the discounts until they couldn't give you any more and they've had to shut shop. And then you'll come to our shops, the ones that are still standing, and you'll moan because we're not doing the sort of pricing that this shop that closed down used to do. And you're wondering why they closed down. You know. I don't know, mate. It's like there's a lot of shops now that don't even have websites, but they'll complain that the internet is killing their business, but they don't even have a website, or they don't promote themselves, or they don't know how to use Facebook. You know, it's such a weird thing. There'll be shops that don't even have a Facebook group, or you know, an Instagram account, none of those things that will draw attention to themselves, that will bring people through the door. They don't have them, but they'll complain that it'll be because of the internet, it'll be because of shed sellers and garage sellers that they've gone under.
Well, look at the chat. Look what Paul's just written. He's made a perfect point there, saying that shops would happily take frags from you for peanuts, but then they get the up with you when you sell frags to people, which could potentially be their customers or something. But they quite happily take, hundreds of frags from you.
It's a hypocrisy as well, because I'll go into shops where they're moaning and bitching about. I did actually. I went into this shop one time and he was moaning and bitching about shed sellers and garage sellers, and the next minute the phone rang and he answered it talking about an order. And from the telephone conversation, I could tell that it was a consolidator. It wasn't TMC, or Amblard or any of the other sort of places where they've got facilities where they hold the fish. This is a company that orders fish direct in, picks the boxes up at airports, and then drops the boxes of fish fresh in to the shops. They don't hold them like TMC do and rest them and feed them in tanks for you to go and choose from. So there's no overheads. So therefore, the fish are cheaper. So
what I'm saying, Nick, a few years back, a garage seller was literally someone selling like constantly. You only ever seen few people selling corals. You know what I mean? It was the garage sellers. But now all reefers can grow the corals out. Nearly everyone can grow a tank out now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is how most shops started out.
Exactly. That's the other thing. A lot of shops started out. Exactly.
What I'm saying is, most people can grow corals now. So I'd rather, like, say, Woody, would you want to buy a PC rainbow for me for a tenner? You're going to say yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Me all day long.
Do you know, that's what I'm saying. You can sell corals like that now, and it does make corals a bit better. But obviously, when it comes to good stuff, LFS, don't get me wrong, I give the LFS stuff. And it started off where it was a certain price, and then it starts going lower and lower and lower. And then it's like, it's only livestock only. I'm going to
they moved the goalposts on you loads of times, didn't they? They was letting you take corals in, giving you a decent amount of money and saying, you can pick anything in the shop, dry goods, this, that, and the other. And then the more we started doing it, the price went lower. Then they went, no, you can only take livestock back.
But why do I want livestock? I've got enough fish, and I don't want any more coral in my tank. So this is what I'm getting.
That's why you're giving them corals.
I'll do a deal then, right? This is the deal I do. Yeah. So when I become a shop, I'll do you a deal, right? And my deal would be, I'll take the frags off you for the price they would cost me to buy in at trade from another supplier. So I'll give you trade price for them. Yeah. Or I could say I'll buy them for less than trade price, but what I'll do is I'll provide you with what you need to run your systems at a cost.
So you do dry. That means you do dry goods then.
You see, that's the thing. You don't mind that. You're doing it, a little bit less than what you get in trade. You don't mind that. It's a constant thing, and then
but you've got a cost system, haven't you?
Yeah,
but you do dry goods. You do dry goods. Giving me corals just so I can get livestock.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's useless.
It is, and I agree with you, and that's why I wouldn't do that deal with you. What I would say is, how much does it cost you to run these systems per month, and what are you spending your money on? Salt, equipment, additives.
I was running my tank when my tank was fully out. It was paying for itself. I used to frag. I used to get all my salt. I used to get everything. I used to get my Triton. In fact, at one point when I was YouTube, when I was doing YouTube, I was getting enough every month to pay for my Triton and my salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but YouTube separate though. I'm on about.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was running that, and when I stopped doing YouTube, the tank was paying for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's when I was getting dry goods. Now it's stopped and it's just livestock. I'm thinking, I'll sell it to reefers. I'd say, do you know what? I'd rather sell it. If I sell it a frag to the LFS, that's worth 60 quid to buy, right? So they're going to sell it 60 quid. They'll give me 20 quid livestock only, right?
Yeah.
So I'd rather sell it to a reefer for 30 quid cash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's better for me. I'd rather do that. Yeah, the shop's lost money then. This is what I'm saying. If it's not dry goods, it's not worth doing.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
That's what I'm saying.
Get rid of frags. You get rid of corals because your tank's growing out. So why would you want to take your corals to sell to them to buy more corals? You will do sometime. They might have something that you want, and it is a good thing. Like Mark's done it a couple of times. He got his Holy Grail torch and things like that, which is fair enough. If it's stuff that you want and you've got stuff you can trade to get that, that's fair enough. But you'd like to have that option to be able to do dry goods or livestock or whatever you want, anything in the shop. It shouldn't matter what you take them. They should let you spend the money on whatever you want to spend the money on.
The way I see it, Nick, is this, right?
They're making a load of money out of you.
Yeah, if I've got a coral that I know that they're going to sell for 60 quid, right?
Yeah.
I give it to the shop. They give me 20 quid store credit, right? Just for livestock, right?
Yeah.
Now, just say I buy a fish for 20 quid. They've only paid about 6 quid for that fish. So in hindsight, I just give them some, and then they're going to sell the fish to 6 quid for like what they paid 6 quid for. But basically, I'd give them a coral.
You mark up on livestock is normally 2.3, 2.5.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Look,
but you've got to have that markup though in a shop, because so much of it you got to pay for your overheads, haven't you, and your running costs and all of that.
Yeah, but
I'm going to get a fish that's cost them physically 6 quid, right? And they're going to get a £60 off a coral that I've given for a £6 fish. You know what I mean? This is what I don't get. This is what I'm saying. You're saying about overheads, but that fish might have only just come in the same bloody day in most LFSs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, if you remember though, right, what I was saying was, well, that's why I wouldn't do it the way they're doing it. I would do it and say, well, I'll give you what I would pay trade for that coral. I'll give you the same money I'll pay a supplier for it. Yeah. And if you said, and if I said, but you can have it as store credit, I just say, we'll have it as store credit. So if you spend that money on salt, if you send it on pumps or whatever, I'd be happy with that, because you've got a cost of running your system. That's what I said, what's the cost of running your system? That's what you want to try and recover, isn't it? And that's why you were saying how happy you were that YouTube was covering your costs. So when you finish YouTube, you were able to cover your costs, because that's your thing, isn't it? Is how do I cover my costs? So me personally, I'd set up a good deal with you and get a good relationship going and say, well, look, you give me all your frags, as many as you can produce, I'll take, and I'll give you store credit against what's going to help you with carrying that on. Because the other thing
that's
is,
fair enough. Store credit, that's fair enough.
Yeah, because the thing is, why would I this is why I don't agree with some of the shops' mentality, because I would be thinking, why would I rather buy a coral in from a supplier that's been shipped in and sometimes not rested by the collector, so it's damaged property, that then I've got to try and get back? What you're giving me is a tank sustained coral. That's going to do much better in my system than something freshly imported, because it's been cultivated in a tank. So it's going to be a harder coral. So to me, that's a premium coral. So why would I, if I can get that at a normal price, I would pay for something that's been shipped in that is more vulnerable than the one I'm buying from you? Why wouldn't I be happy paying the same money as I pay a supplier for that?
Ailey, I've just seen the name of the group. I've just looked and seen the name of the group.
But this is the thing, like, it's weird because a lot of the shops are talking about farming their own corals now. Oh yeah, we'll set up our own farm. We've got our own farm. And this farm that they talk about, when they say farm, you imagine they've got like 10, 12 foot coral bays. And they're not. They're like one frag bay that they're just not fragging the corals in it. And they're letting them grow on a bit. Well, so when even the shops are talking about farming their own coral now, you know, and it's just, if me and you had a deal, Paul, and I said, right, well, I'll cover your cost of your tank with store credit for your coral to the price that I pay my suppliers, and you said, well, that's fair enough, because why would you buy them from me for more than you pay from the supplier? You know, so that's fair enough. But then that's me like saying, well, I've got a coral farm now, and his name's, you know, Paul Williams. Do you know what I mean? So it's no different from me having my own 4x2 in a shop and growing coral. That's the way I look at it. because you're
See,
supplying me
I
with
don't
all your
class
frags. So
anyone.
you're my personal farm now.
Yeah.
That's
But
how
the
I
thing
would
is,
look
where,
at it. So
where I
I'm
see it is
paying
this
you a
now.
wage, and I'm paying you a wage, if you like, or meeting your overheads with store credit. What's wrong with that?
See, the way I see it is this, right? You can't. Everyone calls everyone a garage seller because they're selling it. You know what I mean? Like constantly selling. If I'm growing it out and I'm paying for my stuff, one, I'm not a garage seller. You know what I mean? I'm letting my tank run itself. That's the way I see it. And people ain't like look, like see Markeb. So think of Markeb. He grows coral really, really quick. And he doesn't do it to make money. Everything he gets puts back into his tank. He just buys more expensive corals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And makes his tank look funny. Not a garage seller, even though he can sell a lot. Well, he sells a lot because he grows it really quick.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like puppies and kittens, isn't it? You can buy from an authorized breeder who's
Hang on.
licensed and
One
everything.
sec. Would it?
Yes, mate.
Oh, no. Go on.
Just
I
to
just
say,
heard some, feedback.
you can buy puppies from an authorized breeder and kennel club and pedigrees and all that, or you can buy a puppy from Joe Bloggs down the street that's got his mate round and mated his husky with his husky and produce puppies. You know, but you don't see I don't know if the puppy breeders are up in arms about all these people that are breeding puppies from their houses, because that's been going on for years and years and years. You know, so I don't know. I think some of the stores are a little bit like I say, it's a bit of a blame game. And well, work with your local shed sellers and garage sellers then. You know, if you don't want them selling corals that you're not selling, well, talk to them and see if you can do deals with them. Because I guarantee.
I don't even know any garage sellers. I really don't.
Well, the thing is, when the shipment of coral goes up, and they can't get it from Australia, or people won't pay the prices because of the cost of shipping. Like you said, you know, the shed sellers and garage sellers, or hobbyists selling from their own tanks.
Well, it's
That's
anyone.
where people are.
Anyone
That's
that's
where
got a
people are
frag
gonna.
tank.
Exactly. That's where people are gonna
Anyone
get it
running a
from.
frag tank off of their main system, or because of their main system, they're a garage seller. Anyone that doesn't have an Ultimate Reef or anywhere to sell a frag, they start becoming a garage seller, don't they?
Yeah.
They're making money from the hobby, so it's every hobbyist. So you can't local fish shop can't have the ump with every hobbyist just because they can.
You can make £1,000 a year without having to tell a taxman for a hobby.
Yeah.
Right. And if you think about it, £1,000 a year, yeah, it's not a lot of money, but you try to sell with it £1,000 of frags in a year. It's a lot of bloody frags in it.
Yeah.
But does it clash with a garage seller? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
See,
to me,
like,
a garage seller is somebody
It's
sets
a
up.
hobby, selling something that you're growing out of your tank. That's not a garage seller. That's
No,
you.
a garage seller. The actual garage seller term and shed seller term came from somebody converting the garage into with a load of tanks, growing corals and selling corals out of his garage. That's
No,
where
yeah,
the
I
term
know
came
that, but that's what I mean. Like, everyone at the minute, they're just a garage seller selling stuff. Do you know what? Most of the time, that's jealous people that can't grow corals and selling themselves.
Anyway, let's move on.
The thing is, the game is going to change, isn't it? And the ones that are going to still be in business are the ones that have adapted to the change, and the ones that will be out of business are the ones that didn't. At the end of the day.
See, look, I think Galgal is the trick here. He says there's no LFSs where he lives, so I think he's got a golden ticket there, isn't he? He should open up a shop. He could be the first. He should change that issue and open his own shop.
What, is only an hour and a half from me? Need to get the right boat.
If you got rubber dinghy, it'll be 12 hours.
I was over there every bloody hour.
Do you know what's the funniest thing though that I see with people selling corals or swapping corals and stuff that haven't got a shop, and this is genuine, a lot of them have better corals than the shops do, because a lot of them want the nice coral where the shops are too scared to sell it and buy it in and sell it.
Well, yeah,
And that's why all that complaints
started.
started. Yeah, because that's why they all started complaining about silly names and high-end frags and all this, because people were paying Joe Bloggs 200 quid for a nice tennis, and the shops were moaning, "Oh God, like I've lost 200 quid there because he's going to spend that money on this coral." But he said, "Well, do you have any nice rainbow tennis?" It's like, well, no, because we don't buy that in because we're worried that
I
it'll
get pissed
die.
off when they call it Walt
people
Disney.
won't buy
Do you know what LFS is call it Walt Disney? Shouldn't be calling it Walt Disney. It's a fucking brand name from America.
Well, they can, because they can say, well, this is our Walt Disney. It's not WWC Walt Disney.
Yeah,
We'll
but
just
that's
use
it.
the same
That's
name.
it. Just call it a Walt Disney and have another 200 quid on it.
But it was
Well,
Jason
yeah,
Fox,
because
wasn't it?
yeah, because people, it's like I saw a post the other day and somebody said, "Is this Walt Disney or something else?" And someone said, "Well, it's not Walt Disney because it's a Mini." So, but if you'd told him, "Yeah, it's a Walt Disney," he would have been, "Oh, brilliant," because now I know it's worth money. So every hobbyist, it's like your trying results. It's like Vince said to me, they hate us when the trying results come back bad, but they love us when the results come back good. You know, so he said, if I released a load of trying results that were all green, like all green ticks next to the measurements, they'd be really happy. But because we're telling them there's something wrong with the system, they're not happy, and they start questioning the result. And it's like, I'd rather know that my tank wasn't right than someone tell me it was good when it wasn't. And it's such a weird mentality, you know. So you'll get a hobbyist who will say, "How much is this coral? Oh, I'm not paying that for it. I'm not paying that for it," and they want to discount it. But then you watch that hobbyist when it's growing out and they're trying to sell a frag of it. Then all of a sudden that coral's a high-end coral and they want big money for it, you know, on the back end of it. So it's just a funny. I've always said, to be in any hobby, you've got to have that bit of a geek gene. Everybody, all of us in this hobby are slightly geeky in some way, and that's just almost like a mannerism of being a geek, I guess. You know, the way people behave. It's a strange one. It's like people that get up in arms because somebody says, "How do I don't know, how do I cycle a tank?" And someone says, "Oh, put some fish in and then put some Dr. Tim's in." And someone says, "Oh, no, you shouldn't do that. You should do a natural cycle." And then all of a sudden, them two are ready to beat each other brains out over who's right and who's wrong. You know, and it's not even their tank. And it's just a fish tank, you know. It's just really weird, you know, really funny to watch sometimes.
Madness.
Get ready for it. Ding, 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 ding.
Any questions in the chat? Yeah, look, A knows when her tank's not right. She says shit dies.
That's one way to do it, isn't it?
Yep. Don't waste your money on ICP tests. Wait for something to die and you know your tank ain't right.
Yeah.
All right. I need some chocolate.
What's everyone
Okay.
using now anyway? How come you haven't moved over to GHL, Woody? I thought Apex was dead in the UK now.
Why would I ever do that? I had a GHL.
I thought Neptune was dead now.
I had a GHL I bought the mega set about probably longer than 6 years ago.
Yeah.
7 years ago. Took it out of the box, see what you had to do on a PC, and it went straight back in the box.
I thought it got a lot easier now.
Again.
They've done new software and everything for it now.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, but it's still shocking. Everyone moans about it. Everyone moans about their cloud-based software. No, Apex is perfect for what I need it for. It's nice and simple to use. Prices are astronomical, but
what about that new Reef factory stuff? Have you seen that?
What is it the stuff from Poland or something like that?
Polish guys, yeah.
Yeah, they want £150 for a temperature controller, just because it's got a gloss finish and no, you're right, thanks.
Yeah, I think that one's a bit overpriced, and I think the pH one is a bit overpriced. I don't know why you'd need that much technology in the temperature. You know, temperature control. I think they've overloaded it with cost of manufacture. So obviously it's expensive to buy, and I don't know why you need to pay that much. Why it need to have all those facilities on it itself. But there's some interesting kit around.
Yeah, no, Apex is perfect for what I need it for, and I don't use it to its full potential anyway. I literally use it for a maintenance mode, and then to check on my to dose the tank and check the parameters. That's it. It's good enough for me.
Yeah. I was looking at that max spec. Is it the RSX? I think it's been around for a while, but I had a look at the spec. Someone told me, "Oh, you want to have a look at this?" And I went, "Really?" I went, "Yeah, I've looked at it." So I had a look at the spec, and I was like, "Actually, the spec's really good."
Ain't it the ones that Michael had over his tank?
Don't know if he had
they look like the Razor. They've got the wings and all that.
May have been, yeah.
Might have been. I think he's got them in the shop now. They're over the like the frag tanks.
Right. But the spec, the diode specs are really good. They've got true UV. They've got, I think, 3 different violets and 4 different royal, like, dark blues.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the graphs, they're actually really, on paper, look really good. And so it's one that I never really looked at, and I probably missed a trick there. But, you know, the max spec Wi-Fi is really good.
Yeah, see, I've got about 15 different lights that I own, and max spec has never been one of them. I've got AI.
Yeah.
I've even got Giesman infinity lights, like the metal halide T5 hybrids.
I love
I've got
Giesman.
loopy LED. Right, I've got Radions. I've got.
I'll borrow your loopy LED. I'll borrow your loopy LED.
I've got one sitting in doing nothing, gathering dust. But I must admit, max spec has never been a light I've ever been interested in. Even if it was just to have as a backup and it was cheap, I still just wouldn't even bother. I don't know why.
But it's so weird because max spec's first product was a light.
Yeah.
And it was shit. It was really bad. It was a generic casing that went all rusty, and it was really bad. But I must admit, I think they've come a long way. But the problem with max spec is they don't do any marketing or promotion or anything. Because I said to I think it might be Nick at B2K. No, it wasn't Nick. It was somebody else. And I said to him, "How did I not know about this light? You know, if the specs were that good, max spec should have been shouting about it because the specs are really good." And I was really surprised that I'd overlooked it, and I'm normally pretty good with LEDs. And for the same reason you, Woody, I just dismissed it. And then when I actually had a look at it, I went, you know what, this is actually really good spec. And I'm like, right, I need to get one of these and try it. So I'm going to stick one of them on my new tank and see how it does. Because spec-wise, looking at it, it's actually really good. And it's not a lot of money. But the Wi-Fi
that's max spec
is really good.
The biospheres. That's the only thing I own that's max spec. I had the gyres. I bought 2 of them, and didn't mind them at first. And then 2 weeks later, as soon as they got a little bit dirty, and they dropped power by probably 60%. Yeah,
what was that?
The gyres. I must admit, it was the
gyres.
Yeah, the originals, the 130s or whatever.
Yeah, I think the new ones are better.
Yeah, I just dismissed them straight away. Just went back to MP40s.
Yeah.
I've just had a Twix with Snickers and Milky Way. Now I'm going to eat Mars bar.
You know, Jenny come home, was it yesterday or the day before, with Twix salted caramel.
No, I don't like them.
Yeah, I've not even opened it. I can't really.
Oh, proper salty. They've got big chunks of salt in it.
Does anyone actually ever sleep? I'm a night worker, so yeah, I'll go sleep. I'll go to bed about 7 in the morning. Even though I'm on 2-week holiday, I still can't get out of night mode.
Trust me, I'm usually gone by 11, aren't I, Woody?
Yeah.
Well, I've had a week off. I've got another week off, so I'm good.
When you're pushing your button on your order, then Woody, when are you sending me your money?
When it's built.
When it can be whenever. It's not a problem of sending your money and all that. I just
Tomorrow. Do it tomorrow.
When is someone skint? Are you a little bit skint and you need a bit of money or something?
No, not at all.
Oh,
But
right.
send it tomorrow. Because then what
I
I'll
am,
do
Woody.
next week, I'll order everything in.
I just don't like your idea of sending 100% of the money before I've even known what a product
don't
is.
then. Send me
I won't.
50%.
I'll send you 50 quid. All right, I'll send you that over in a minute.
Send me 50% tomorrow, and I'll order it next week, and we'll get on with it. You know what? I've got some really nice glass for you as well.
Are you skint?
I'm skint.
How much you need? How much you need?
£1.
Oh, don't know if I can.
Oh, no,
Can I do it over? Can I do it over?
I'll be 99p.
I've got some really nice glass for you as well, Woody.
Yeah.
From Luxembourg.
All right.
It's called.
Is Luxembourg glass better than normal glass in?
This particular glass is. It's where it's made.
Yeah, it's made of black sand, not white sand.
Oh God, what's the company now? I can't remember the company. The glass itself is called Ultra Clear. It's Ultra Clear Opti-White. Really nice glass.
Yeah, no worries. That could be mitered, yeah. 2 front corners mitered.
Yeah, it's the stuff I was calling. If you have a look back through my pictures, you might find them on Instagram. I called it crystal white glass because it's that clear. When I took a picture of it, it didn't. Opti-White, you get that blue tinge.
Yeah.
It didn't look blue; it looked white.
All right. I need a 12mm base as well because I'm going bare bottom and I don't want to chance anything if I drop a bit of rock or anything on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
12mm base, 10mm.
On the bottom, black.
No, frosted.
Frosted bottom.
Frosted bottom, frosted back.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. And just mitered on the peninsula edges.
Yeah, on the peninsula end, yeah.
And you want ocean life holes drilling on the far end?
Yeah, on the far end. So if you're looking down to the far end, drain on the left, return on the right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's easy enough. Are you putting RFGs on it?
No, I ain't as it goes. No, I don't like them.
You don't like the RFGs? How come?
No, I don't like them. I think because you have to run your pumps up more or less at maximum to get them to work, and I'm not all about that. I don't like a high turnover through the sump. I only like about 4 or 5 times turnover through the sump.
Right. So you go slow contact time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do running Miracle Man?
I've got one on, not for the sake of it working, just for the sake of it not having just a pipe there.
You got what, Paul?
Am I breaking up?
It's a bit muffly and crackly.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you two crack on while I was sick.
Is that what you said?
No, it's not what he said.
But yeah, so I prefer a slower turnover through the sump.
Yeah. How come you're not using Miracle Mud then?
I used to, but I just changed my system, I suppose about a year ago now, and just went really, really sort of basic. Took all the fancy stuff off. I had Bubble King skimmers, Red Dragon pumps. I had all and I thought, you know what, it's not really working for me. So I just went really basic, calmed myself down, stopped messing with the tank, and the tank just exploded because I've got corals growing out the top of the water and everything.
Yeah.
So
that's the problem. Is a lot of people just mess around too much because you can't do best
and I must admit,
stable.
I was guilty of that. I kept I'd always see a new lighter come out. I go, oh, I need to buy that light. I'll buy the light. New pump, new skimmer. I just kept changing things. And now I just run a little Tunzi 004 DC skimmer. I even run a Jabo return pump. I've got a Vector in the cupboard. I've never took it out of the box. So just keep it for ages. I run no skimmer because I couldn't get no nutrients in the system. So I run no skimmer.
When are you going to clear out that cupboard?
Do you know what? It's not even a cupboard now. It's 2.5. It's migrated into another massive cupboard, and I've even got Yeah, bits. I've got a little cabinet that I used to have a like the 25 Lagoon on, and now that's sort of sitting beside my tank with a load of stuff in it. It's got a Destaco calcium reactor in there. It's got auto water change in there. It's got a calcium reactor and a different calcium reactor in there. What I got from the US. There's loads of things. Yeah, I need to calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I sold everything, I'd probably have 20 grand sitting on the side or something.
That's what I mean, yeah. Because everything's going to be out of warranty, though, isn't it? Because it's just been in the cupboard that long.
Yeah. I must be. I just can't help buying stuff.
Well, I'll set up the VIP lounge. I'll set up the VIP lounge upstairs, put a display tank in that, and then you can just kit it out for me.
That's it. I'll kit it out for you. Oh, click-clack's in. But, yeah, I must admit, it's probably 15. I was saying this last night. 15 years in the hobby, and it's probably, the best time I've had in the hobby. The last sort of 6 to 8 months.
Thing is, it's such a weird thing though, because when people are having stuff go wrong, and you tell them, just stop, just stop, they won't listen to you because they're like, no, I need to do something because it's not right. I need to do something. When you say no, just calm down, just stop what you're doing, they never listen. But then when they do it themselves or throw them back, then they go, oh, you know what? I stopped and everything got better. But they'll never listen to anyone telling them to stop. It's such a weird thing. I had it today with Mick at Fit Filtration, and they were talking about, oh, I did this because my ICP was this, so I did this and I did that, and I went, just stop, just leave it alone. It's you're just trying to balance stuff out, and your coral will actually acclimatize to the way your water is to an extent. If it's within, reason, it'll acclimatize to it, and then it will stabilize itself, and then it will then go to work. But if you keep messing around trying to get everything completely square, it's just in flux all the time, so it doesn't have a chance.
Yeah. But
people just don't want to know that. It's like pork. You remember when we did your system, and I said to you, don't be dosing no-pox anymore. Mm-hmm. Just do this simple maintenance. That's all you need to do. And it was like, if you tell that to anyone, they'll go, oh no, that can't be right. It's too simple. And it's like, yeah, it is simple, but that's what you need to do, and it'll work. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Too simple to be true. And that's the thing in this hobby. Everyone thinks it's hard, it's difficult, it's complicated. So there's no easy
complications, isn't they?
Yeah, definitely. And you can do that.
Everyone's guilty of it.
Yeah, and you can. It is a complicated thing to do. The more you understand about it, and the more things you do, and even if you get your systems, it's like your system now, Woody. Like you say, it's growing out your tank, and it probably looks really good. But I guarantee there'll be some stuff which you could change, that your colours would, and your coral would be better than they are now. Do you know what I mean?
Nick, believe it or not, I tested my KH yesterday, and it was 4.2. 4.2.
Right.
And that's all because the dosing line clogged at the end, and obviously, I don't mess about with the tank. I'd not noticed that it'd been clogged. It could have been clogged for a couple of weeks. I don't know. And it dropped that low. You would never know it looking at the tank. There's no ill effect. The corals are still booming. The colours are still bright. But it was just the off chance that Paul was pestering me to test the KH. So I tested the KH, and it was 4.2.
What's natural seawater? It's about 6.
I'll get natural seawater delivered. Once a month, and that's every time I test that, it's about between 6.2 and 6.5.
Yeah.
So, and then that's what my tank is. My tank runs on natural seawater, so it's not too bad. I've done a 50-litre water change today, so that would have brought it up a bit, and I was bringing it up slowly anyway. So, but it just shows you,
But if you looked at mineralization your flow, obviously.
Yeah.
Your lighting. Nutritionalizing, and your saturated oxygen. If you could harness those 5 things as well, you'll get more of a difference in your coral than just having stable parameters.
Yeah.
So, you know, when people talk about, oh, I don't know what's wrong, like they'll say 1 or 2 things. I don't know what's wrong with my system because all my water is perfect.
Yeah.
But they're not looking at any of those other 5 things. And you'll get people saying, oh, my tank's doing really well. It's growing out my water. It's doing really, really well. But if they address 3 or 4, even all of those 5 things, they'll go, oh my God, I thought my tank looked really good and it was growing really well. But now I've done this. I didn't really realize my corals could look like this because I thought I had them at the best I could have them. And that's just through stuff like miracle mud, bubbling, understanding spectrums, understanding your flow. And you know, have you heard of flow dynamic and wave harmonics?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can harness those in your system,
I think
your
Jake
mineralization,
Adams done Reef Dynamics about 20-25 years ago or something.
Yeah. So if you can harness your wave dynamics and flow harmonics, flow dynamic and wave harmonic, and your mineralization, saturated oxygen, nutritional as well in your coral, those things will make a bigger difference to your coral than just keeping your water parameters where they should be, which most people struggle with anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what people don't realize. And then they wonder why people have all these colours. I mean, I saw a tank. What was that link I sent you, Paul? That guy with that tank.
Which one?
That dark, was it dark? Somebody called the dark something. It was that video on taken
Oh,
from
yeah,
above
yeah.
his tank. I mean, those
I think
colours on his
Is that
coral.
one with the
just
bright coral?
pop.
I think it's that
Yeah.
short Jeep, would it?
Mm.
It's just crazy colours on his coral. And it was just a minimalist system. Well, that's the thing for me at the shop. I'm going to try and do, because I've got so much space there, I'm going to try and have at least probably a dozen tanks live displays. And what I want to try and do is show some really kind of crazy displays live. And then a good beginner's display, a good intermediate display, and then a good advanced display. And then I'll try something that's like technically difficult as well and see if I can pull that off. But I don't know how well I'll be able to pull that off because in a shop it's difficult. But hopefully I'll be able to put some nice stuff on display, like even as an advanced hobbyist, to say, look, if you're at this level, this is what if you look at these things, this is results you can get. That's what I'm hoping. And we'll see how that goes. Because I think there's some, even for beginners with moderately easy coral, you can still have an awesome looking tank with moderately easy coral.
I am listening.
So I think that'll be interesting to see if we can pull that one off.
I think Woody's fell asleep.
No, I'm here.
I'm
just looking at my picture you've put on in the group.
Oh.
Has anyone got any questions or anything in the chat?
So I'm talking to click in the chat. I'm not one of those type of reefers talk a lot, buy the best and can't grow anything. He was saying about just like I said when he's going to set a tank back up and thing, and he's just going to put frags in. You know, no mini colonies, no colonies, because they're the best people, would it? You know, set a new tank up and then throw colonies in and go look how the tank is. You think,
yeah. And then they die 2 months later. You don't see a video for a couple of months. They buy all new corals again, restock it, and then start doing videos or taking pictures again. Yeah, I know them. Where's Seymour?
Who are you talking about?
Just a joke we have with Seymour. We wind him up.
I'm going to try that. Have you heard of that Reef's Elements as well?
No, I don't think I have.
Just
What's
being
that
launched at the beginning of the month.
all them new bottles of stuff, is it?
No, it's just a 2-part.
Oh, no, it ain't, no. I use
Yeah.
all for Reef, Nick. I use all for Reef for 1 part.
Right, okay.
Great stuff.
Is that working well for you?
Yeah, I'm really.
Who distributes that? Do you know?
It's Fauna Marin. You can get it. Get it.
Oh, Fauna Marin, yeah.
What's
I'm going
that?
to get some Fauna Marin in.
It's Tropic Marine.
Sorry, Tropic Marin. Yeah, it's
Tropic Marin. Yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah, there's this guy called, I think it was Joseph, and he's launched this product called Reef's Elements, but it's all UK based. So I said I'd give it a go. And so I'm going to order some for this tank I'm setting up and see how it goes on that one.
See, the thing is now that Tropic Marine have set the bar with that off Reef. Seriously.
Is it simple, buddy?
Very, yeah.
It's one. Just one thing for everything.
How have they managed to mix everything in though and not precipitate
Because
out?
they've done the KH, where the KH is a slow release thing. So when you dose it, it doesn't really affect your KH till the day after, and it actually works.
It takes 24 hours to
For the
for what you've
KH,
dosed.
yeah,
For your KH to show up what you've dosed. Everything else is instant.
Okay.
it's very clever and it works perfect, Nick. I'm actually using that in conjunction with Triton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've been doing that how long for now, Woody? Couple of months?
Well, since I more or less started using it, and you see the results from our tank, you thought you'd try it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and that's all that. But because I was using, it started going up, so I attached it. Well, I've gone through I've got about 10 days left of a full pack of Triton, Woody. So I've gone through a full Triton and a full litre of All Reef nearly.
Yeah.
How are you getting on with those Reef Brights, Paul?
Yeah, look good. Look blue.
Look like LEDs.
You liking the colour it's giving you corals? The corals.
I like the colour.
Yeah.
I just want to see what happens with the corals, if there's any faster growth or anything.
Yeah.
That's I can't tell at the minute because they're all frigs. Ailey's ordering her All Reef tomorrow, so Ailey's going to be using it.
Yeah, she won't regret it.
I've not met anybody that's had anything bad to say about All Reef. Anybody.
The thing is, Hayley will love it at first. Why her tanks, might only have frags or small corals in it, she'll love it.
But Woody,
once they start growing like mad, and she's got to add 50 mil a day of it.
Yeah, but Woody, at that price, it's worth it.
Well, yeah,
Is
if you
it
get
reasonably priced?
It's still cheaper. It's still cheaper doing that than it is still buying the Triton and that.
Yeah, if you buy it in the powder form and mix it yourself, it is very cheap. But if you buy it,
but even Triton, you've got to use Triton. You've got to mix it. So either way.
Well, Nick, I bought 5 litres already mixed in a big drum, and it was £77. But you can buy a 1600 gram powder and mix it yourself and get 9 litres, and it works out about £40-something.
Right. And how long is that lasting you?
Well, it's 10 litres of it. Just depends on how much you dose. I dose 10 mil a day.
Right.
I think there's a maximum you can dose. I think the maximum you can dose is 50 mil per 100 litres. So Ailey, in hindsight, can dose 250 litres of it a day. It won't be worth doing that. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. But
that's when you'd be getting a calcium.
That'll take years and years for it to start using that much.
Yeah. You know what?
The way you got to see it, right? The way that she's got to see it, if she's only paying 20 quid for 5 litres, right? And even if she is using 30 mil a day, would it, sir?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Still better and cheaper.
That's a long time.
Well, if she gets Triton on a 500 litre tank and she's got a decent amount of coral, she's going to end up dosing probably 25, 30 mil with that.
I think Mark Ebb was dosing like 40 mil a day. But you know when he had his full tank up with Triton?
Yeah.
He was going through a pack of that just under every month. So like every 26 days, he was going for a full litre of Triton, Mark.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot, Nick.
I'm tempted though, because I've got that metre long by 30 bead 20, whatever it is, rimless bracelets, then I've got that 30 by 30 by 26 cube as well, spare. I'm just wondering whether to set 2 tanks up and try that TMC stuff out and try the Reef's elements out in the other one.
Oh yeah, I'll do the cube on the Alpha Reef. Make a
On
nice
the Alpha
cube.
Reef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. 2 seconds, boys. Just go into the kitchen.
Right, someone here, Seth. How do you guys handle cyano outbreaks? Cyanobacteria.
Depends what it is.
It's
It's
literally, if
causing
it's
it.
cyano, if it is cyano, 91, it's nutrient based and flow based. It needs something to grip onto.
No,
So
it
one-
could also be lithium based as well.
But I'm saying it needs something to stick onto. And if your waves are good enough, it never gets a grip, to grip onto it.
Thing is, usually if you look at cyano, because I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I said whenever I cycle a system, normally after the lights come on, after 6 to 8 weeks, when I've got that established cycle, I'll normally get a bit of cyano, a bit of dyno, just burning off silicates, and I'll sometimes get a bit of cyano as well, but then it goes away. And then what this guy was saying to me was, when I analysed it, usually when you've got cyano, you've got a depletion of lithium.
Hang on a minute. Right, let's get something straight here. He says he's been using Cruise's regime. I think he's talking about dinos. It's raw cyano.
No, it's not
I
cyano.
think.
Was it got
Seth,
cyano after
I
the
think we're
dyno?
talking about dinos, which is completely different than cyano.
Oh, okay.
If we're using Cruise's regime, he's talking about dinos.
Yeah.
Got to
Unless
be.
he's got cyano off the
Yeah,
back
look,
of it.
it's covering the sand bed and some of the rock. He's probably talking about
dinos.
it is dinos. You probably got low nutrients, not high nutrients,
Yeah.
or you've got an imbalance in your nutrients.
Exactly. I think that's what he's going on about. Like cyano's different. Cyano's easy to get rid of. Dinos is not. Yeah. So Seth, what have you got? Have you got higher nutrients or have you got low nutrients? Is it dinos?
Is it brown and snotty with bubbles in it, or is it red?
I would say I know what it's like, but my tank looks mint, so.
Hey, Woody, do you think that VIP lounge is worth doing up on my mezzanine?
Yeah, I shouldn't see why not. Yeah, definitely.
As long as Woody's got his own fucking seat to sit in.
Yeah, I need the sofa. I need to put my feet
I
up.
got two 2-seater leather sofas going up there.
Oh, that's it. That's me. Well, one me, one Paul. That's it. It's the only VIP.
Big
you
TV,
need. Yeah.
coffee table, nice display.
Yeah, no, if you can get the customer base and all that.
I think I should be able to.
Yeah, and you can get your loyal customers. Oh, it's red. It's red. Yeah, so it's
Cyano then, isn't it?
cyano. Yeah, just it will end up burning. So you can get that. What's that? Is it ChemiClean? What's that little powder you can buy?
It doesn't need to use Cruise's regime if it's cyano.
No, definitely not.
No. Well, this is weird thing. So I was talking to someone the other day about cyano, right? And he was saying it's lithium deficiency. And then I went, you know what? That makes sense because whenever I cycle a system, I've got my bacteria colonized and I stick my lights on, I get a powdering of dyno for about a week and a half that's burning off the excess silicates from the new system. And sometimes I'll get cyano, but then it goes away. But what I always do at that point, I start to dose phyto and copepods to get life in the system. And there's lithium in the phyto. And also in that point of the system, I've had a load of bacteria activity to colonize, and bacteria utilizes lithium.
Yeah,
So
I
another way
to
another way to get rid of cyano is to actually dose phyto. to increase your lithium.
Siphon what you can out. That's the number one, isn't it?
Yeah, don't waft it around your tank. You never get rid of it.
Yeah, because you got to remember, cyano is a bacteria, not an algae. Always those pods when I set up a new tank. I put 4 or 5, was it seven bags of pods in my tank the other day.
No, if it's cyano, I wouldn't feed more. If it was
You need to get your nutrients down with cyano.
Yeah, with cyano, you need to get your nutrients down. If it was dinos, then yeah, you need to get your nutrients.
That's why you
down.
got to be careful, because if you get too low with your nutrients, you'll get dinos. So
It's a vicious circle. You'll get that balance.
not like me, Dos, but feeding 8 cubes a day, would it?
Yeah, but look at your filtration.
Yeah, I'm not even joking, Nick. I'm feeding 8 cubes a day to the fish. I've got an auto feeder which feeds.
Crazy.
And then when I checked my stuff the other day, what was it, Woody? 0.4.
Yeah,
0.04 phosphates.
And then
what?
you
About
that's 7.
5 and 10 minutes, so about 7
Yeah.
nitrates.
You're better off just making your own food. So throwing all that.
Yeah, why when's the man that makes it for me? Everyone always says this, don't they, Woody? Oh, why don't you do that yourself? Why? Just bring a man in to do it.
Yeah.
We're not going to get all the phosphates in it then.
Yeah, but I need phosphates. I've got none.
Oh, you need more phosphate.
Feeds a cube.
Yeah.
3 days.
Are you feeding reefroids as well?
Yeah.
I
That's
feed
full of
reefroids
phosphate.
every day. Yeah, I feed it every day. It's in my.
We'll
my
switch
food.
your skimmer off then.
Why?
Because if you
Why
need more
everything-
nutrients, why take them out?
No, because I have got 14 fish in my tank. So I think they all need feeding. I've got Antheus and also
Oh, and this, yeah.
I
What's
did
the
have 3
flow like
Antheus,
in
but
your
now I've got 2.
What happened to the other one?
It got
Oh,
Oh, my fish got so if you want to do a super chat because everything's died, I'm only joking. Just funny way to do it, though, anyway.
His tank is a Sump Nouveau 25 gallon. What's the flow like in the tank?
$25 gallon. You'd be able to run that without wave makers in it, wouldn't you?
It's sumped as well, though. You see, he's sumped it.
That's what I'm saying. If it's sumped, you won't need a wave maker in that. You just get a decent pump. You know, innit?
Pump.
Yeah.
Depends what his rock works like, though.
Yeah, I suppose.
what light are you going to put on this tank, Woody?
I'm probably going to run. I've got a.
Gen 5 and Reef Bright.
No, I've got that Giesman Infinity. I've got a white one, a polar white one, so it looked nice over it.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a nice 24,000 Kelvin bulb, what O sent me over. So I'll get a nice blue tank, and I'll put the.
What's you having Allied and thingy in it?
T5, yeah.
T5s. Hey, Woody, try to 5 T5 bulbs anyway.
Yeah, but
You've got some, though, haven't you?
I've got loads.
Yeah, no shops have got them in. No shops are doing them anymore. That's the thing.
I've got thingies as well. I've got them.
ATI still doing them.
Yeah, ATI, you'd always get them. Just
Yeah,
go
but
on
that's what I'm saying. But
Fast
even they're
light.
stopping them.
Fast light, always get them on there. But I've got them E5 LED, like T5.
I was going to say, I've got some of them. They're
I've got-
Europatics.
Yeah, I've got a few of them. So I'll probably put 2 of them in, 2 Blue Plus, and have the Allied.
It's got a J-Bo
Nice, I mean.
SLW2. It's just RW10 in it. That's what he's got in his tank, Woody.
Yeah, Pygmy.
So the small one. It's not the tiny one. It's the next one up.
Has he just cycled his tank?
Guess what? Yeah, how long's it been running?
Nick, you don't have to ask us to ask him. He's in the chat. He can hear you.
I know, but I'm not looking at my phone. Let me see. I got my AirPods in and my phone's charging, so I'm not reading text.
Minimal rock work. Do you know what? Has he got? Let me check. Has he got a channel? I don't even know. You used to be able to just click on the names and that. Don't you like do that anymore?
It's almost a year old, the tank, so it's got a bit of maturity.
Just wondering if he's had a bacteria bloom. Like it might be lithium deficiency. Just dose some phyto in there, increase your lithium, and then your other bacteria will outcompete your cyanobacteria.
It's got a load of bubble algae as well.
Yeah, so you've got a load of bubble algae. I bet it's running high nutrients. I bet it's had a lithium depletion.
Get some vibrant, yeah.
Don't you overuse vibrant though?
You want to check, maybe check the source water as well, like for your top up or your water change water. If you're making your own water, what's your TDS?
Do you reckon if we ask Ailey any question, it'll be vibrant? It'll be vibrant. Ailey, I've got a fish that's dying. What do I do?
Vibrant.
Ailey, I'm having a roast dinner tomorrow. What should I put over it?
Vibrant.
Yeah.
I wonder if Hayley takes it as a supplement.
She uses it as perfume.
Yeah, do you know what that'll be? He's been running vibrant for 8 weeks. You know what? I bet he's
It's probably the vibrant that's doing it. Stripped out his nutrients.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Vibrant.
It's stripped out. I tell you, it's stripped out its lithium because vibrant's bacteria. So that's why I said I bet it's bacteria, increasing bacteria activity. So
yeah, Seth,
if you've been dosing vibrant, if you've been dosing your vibrant, that's going to utilize your lithium. Your lithium will low, which means the cyanobacteria come in. Just dose
gravy or vodka, would it?
What's that, mate?
Gravy or vodka.
What's that? What Galgo's done?
Hey, it's vodka dosing again.
Woody, how you cannot cut it? What we not cutting?
I don't know. It seemed confused me now. We've been talking about so much stuff, and now I just got confused.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm lost now.
Is that all we're doing to your tank then, Woody?
What do you mean, mate? In what way?
Plain peninsula, 2 holes, frosted bottom and back, aluminium frame.
Yeah,
and
don't try and sell me on all your little gadgets and gizmos and fancy bits hanging off of it and all that. I don't want like a mini bar. I don't want a mini bar or a flat screen TV attached to it or anything. Oh, Sunday roast. yeah. I'll leave it to the wife. Or if I get a microwave one, I ain't got to worry about cutting it. But yeah, no, just a nice, plain, simple system. So that original price now is going to be halved because you've only got to do a glass box with a frame and a couple of panels on it.
No, it's the same as what you ordered before.
Oh, my security cameras are making noise. What are they doing? Oh, they're updating. Spinning round.
Right, I'm going to go get some shot, boys.
Yeah, go on, mate.
So I can function tomorrow. Right, I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, speak to you later, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in a bit.
I want a new tip in my camper. Go fund me.
What are you telling me?
Yeah.
I want a new TV. Set a GoFundMe page up for my new TV. I asked her for a new TV. She said no, would it?
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go and buy another one, so you can have this one. You can have this one.
Hey, no, it's got a big thing on the side of it.
No, I'm getting that done, I. That'll get done. They'll give me a new telly because of that.
Can I post photos of you? Yeah, post it on there. Post it on there. We'll have a look. See you later on, Nick. Nick, don't forget a super chat. Towards my new TV.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I'm
no,
about to say.
half goes to me and half goes to Ayla for her TV. And a third goes to Ayla for her TV, a third goes to me for my TV, and a third goes to Woody for his new arm. Right, let's go on Facebook. See this. Put the picture on Facebook.
What picture is she putting on?
I don't know, but Seth sounds like a boy's name, Woody.
Yeah.
I think she's going to put a picture on there so we can see.
Put it in the group. If it's on there.
It's not for hanging out.
Gal, you in this WhatsApp group? I've not.
Yeah, I think it is.
So I've not really paid attention to it so far.
I'm just waiting for Seth to do this. I don't know if he's done it yet.
What's it, a Reef community?
Yeah. Right, there it is. It's in there, Woody.
Right. What, in Reef community or in our group?
Reef Community Worldwide.
Not on Facebook, yeah?
No, that's not cyano, Woody. That's dinos.
Right, let me have a...
That's dinos, 100%. It looks more purple because of the light, but it's not. It's dinos. You can see it if you look in the second picture where the Zoas are. You see it, how it's all raised up.
Yeah, I like it. I like your rock work.
Right, so we're now in down, Seth. It's definitely 100% dinos. So yeah, cruise method. But what you need to do, the thing is, how much of vibrant is he
No,
using?
do you know it's that's what it is. He's got dinos because of the vibrant. He needs to
He needs to stop using the vibrant. That's what I'm saying.
Or calm down on your dosage. You must be doing a bit too much or something.
Like there's ways to use it, but using it, well, you've got it, and it's just stripping more and more of your nutrients out.
Does he know what his nutrients is? Seth, do you know what your nutrients are? Yeah, it's like a russet. See how it's going up the glass as well from the sound. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look, PO4 0.3, nitrate 0. There's your problem right there. You've got no nitrates in the tank.
Oh, we need nitrates. Feed more food. Stop using vibrant. Feed more. No, just stop using vibrant and feed. You say you're feeding what?
No, he's feeding quite a lot. So if he...
No, I'm
no. One cube every other day or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 1 cube every 2 to 3 days. You need to feed 1 cube a day.
Yeah, if you need to get them numbers up.
When I had 4 fish in my tank, I was still feeding 2 cubes a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't have 0 nitrate. Just won't. Your tank will never look good.
Nah, I'm not agreeing with that. Ayla said that's cyano. The thing is, it looks like cyano there, Ayla. If you look at the first picture, it looks like cyano. Look at the second picture, or is it the third picture? 1 minute. Yeah, the second picture. It's definitely the light that makes it look a purpley, but it's definitely dinos that.
Try and get your nitrates up between 5 and 10, and then you want your phosphates about 0.06 to 0.08. Anywhere around here, you'd be fine.
You can usually tell anyway. Do you know, like with cyano, it comes off like what is it like a felt, doesn't it?
Mm.
Where that seems to, in fact, you can usually tell at night time because cyano stays at night time. Dinos seems to die down at night, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then in the morning,
He's saying look, it's been pretty much 0 for a year. But what the colours of your corals like? You've probably got very pale corals if it's been 0 for a year. You ain't getting no polyp extension, especially on SPS. You're probably not getting a lot of polyp extension.
yeah.
I'd probably just start dosing some amino acids, some macro power or something.
Yeah. It's definitely the light that makes it look purpley, but it's definitely dinos. What lights are you running?
It dies down overnight. Yeah, look, it's dinos.
Yeah, so yeah, if it dies down at night, it's dinos. Cyano doesn't disappear at night, it stays there. Right.
Could add a few more fish. A few more fish, get a bit more waste in the tank.
It's easy enough to have a few more fish. If you had a few more fish, you've got to feed more, so you just need to feed more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look how I struggled for ages with no nutrients at all in the tank because I only had literally 3 fish.
Oh, it's one of the Chinese like Orphic.
Orphic compact.
I'm trying to figure out, is that just that little squarey one?
What skimmer do you run? Skimmer might be quite big for the system, stripping out a lot of nutrients. Or he could do that. He could turn his skimmer off for 12 hours of the day or something.
Is that Atlantic V4? Is that the Orphic with compact?
Yeah.
Fucking expensive flies for what they are, them, aren't they?
I'd run the skimmer of a night time, keep the pH up, turn it off of a day, put it on a timer, 12 hours each.
Right, would it? How many people are on? 11.
Not a clue. Quick, ask Paul some questions or put some stuff in the chat before he wants to go to bed. Yeah, skimmer is oversized. I run it dry. Just run it. Just turn it off for 12 hours. Turn it off during the day. Run it overnight. Keep your pH up.
Yeah, well, especially if he's feeding that much a day, right? He's using Vibrant. Nothing in there. Cup fills once a week or two.
Yeah,
see, that's still a lot of stuff being taken out. Yeah,
that's the thing. It might be filling slowly, but whatever nutrients you have got, you're just stripping them out. It's taking a long time to fill because there's no nutrients in the tank.
You know what, though? A lot of people don't realise what it. You know, when it with a skimmer, they go, "Well, I'm doing a dry skim." If you're doing a wet skim and it's taking a week or two to fill, obviously it'll look like piss. If you're doing a dry skim and it's filling in a week or two and it's black, that's a lot of stuff you're stripping out. A hell of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Paul, how high are your lights from the water? Gal's just asked. What, 8 inches or something, you know?
For me, half a finger. when I put my finger out and I look, it's like 8 inches. Well, is it 8 and 9 inches? What are the 8 inches, 9 inches? The brackets?
Whatever the RMS in.
Whatever the RMS brackets are, plus 2 inches from the water line. That's what a lot of people don't realise and know it. You know, the water line, when they're hanging, like BRS will say 8 inches. They do it from the top of the tank with a bracket. That's 8 inches. No, it's not, because you've got like 2 inches for the water line.
2 seconds, Paulie. I've just had another mini spawn. Oh,
You just had another what?
Oh, so missed our anniversary.
Oh, she's born.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Kelly and Shaheen.
Oh. What's the depth of what's the depth for a G5 in a tank? What do you mean, Galgal? What a G5 will penetrate?
Deep.
Yeah, I think they do. I know that the
It's
LED
blue light. It'll pass through. There is no light to break down from the blue. So they'll go deep.
So I know Galgal says he likes a deep tank, doesn't he? But this new one,
This is what it is with blue light. Blue light can pass further down because the spectrum's already broken down into blue light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you put white light on, that white gets broken down into red, green, blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that can only get so far down, but the blue light's already broken down into a state of blue. So you can go.
Seth's saying that his ACANs are putting out new heads, but nothing else really grows. Get some aminos in the tank. Buy yourself some macro power. Dose that every day on a doser. Start off, 1 mil or whatever you need to.
Right, Seth, if you want to carry on the chat, you jump on the Facebook and do comments in that. Ailey's going to bed. Night, Ailey. I'm shutting this down. So, we'll do one another day, not tomorrow. I'm going for a meal, I think.
Well, I'm back to work.
Wednesday.
No, Tuesday night. So.
Sick. Sick.
Night, Aileen.
Right, everyone, thanks for joining. Call it night. We've been on for 3 hours, Woody.
That's not bad, is it?
Not bad.
Night, Gal.
Yeah, night, Gal. Night, Ailey. Night, Seth. Right, Seth, just comment in the chat on the We've Community Worldwide chat in the Facebook. And we can keep you updated in there. Or you keep us updated in there, I know. Right. Yeah. Everyone else is on it. Who's not saying hello. See you all later. All right. In a bit, people.
See you later.